Hoops in the Sal's NBL and of course the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Great to have you with us. Hawks and the Whai doing battle tonight. Of course they met in round 1 and they tip it all off in round 6. Great to have you with us, Justin Nelson and Casey Frank in commentary tonight. Hard to believe we're already at round 6. The season is flying by, but gee, have we seen some outstanding action.
Oh, it's been pretty good. We're coming off a round where there was a bit of blowouts. The action was probably closer than the final scores allowed, so looking for things to tighten up just a wee bit here in round 6.
And we saw a world record score in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Rams scoring 52 points, believe it or not, in 16 minutes last round.
I love a world record in New Zealand.
Hawke's Bay, there they are, sitting second on the ladder. They've won their last 4. Their only loss back in round 1 to the Whai by 1 point.
And they'd be looking to avenge that one today, because if not for that, they'd be a solo on top of that ladder ahead of everybody else looking down.
Yeah, they're a good team. Let's have a look at the teams. We'll start with the visiting Tauranga Whai. The team in pink, of course. This is the way they'll start tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Boucher, Thompson, Brook, Lewis, Vanderleiden. I like the fact that Denham Brook adds a little bit of size, and he also knows this court pretty well.
Knows this court and is an excellent shooter. The Whai, a bit down on talent with some of their players returning from the Steven Adams camp, as well as some other things like Xander Marstas, like Carter Hopeboy. But this is a veteran, more of a veteran team, and they have all the talent to get the dub.
Let's have a look at the starters for the home team, the Taylor Hawks, this evening. Nice crowd starting to build up for a Wednesday night of hoops. Cara, Ball, Murphy, Lavery, Ferguson. I love the fact that 6 of the 7 players in this team all attended Napier Boys High School. They know each other's games back to front.
No, the basketball factory of the Bay. Spread that love a little bit. Where can we get some talent in some other schools? But always good to see you guys with a bunch of familiarity with one another continue to ply their trade and chase their dreams.
There's the coin officials tonight. Mikey Graham, Sasha Nicholson, Michaela Sharp. A quick look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one. And of note, when looking at the stats, very much about shooting percentages. Hawks high scoring team, not so much the Whai, and look at the difference there in the field goal percentage.
Yeah, the field goal percentage is the big thing. You love to see some kind of efficiency, and the Whai aren't really efficient. Part of that is because they shoot a lot of threes, which I don't have a problem with. If you're making them, when you're not making them, that's when you're 11th in points per game as well. Tatui Lewis, a fast scorer, he can get out on everybody, but of course Tommy Ferguson, 3rd leading scorer in the Rapid League coming into the round.
Great to see our young fans. They're a big part of the Rapid League and the Sal's NBL. Love the ball delivery before every game, Casey. Usually involves somebody under the size of about 2 foot.
We fellas are hyped. They're hyped to get out there on the big court, get a picture, and actually see how tall these dudes are, taller than they thought coming in.
Settle in, underway, Sky Broadband Rapid League, 4x4 minute quarters. Sal's NBL still to come later this evening. Wednesday night hoops, gotta love it. Underway here, Hawks. Ferguson, what a season he's had so far, and again muscling his way in right from the start. Gets it back, you'll see him take a lot of offensive rebounds.
2 good, very good looks. Unable to make them both, but I love that pressure on the rim. Love the work rate to get the ball back by the Hawks. Excellent D by Denham Brook there.
Stripped it away from Tane Lavery, and now the Whai with a chance to get their first look at this game. Here's Jet Thompson. Boucher. Vanderleiden goes out to Boucher. Got the shot up, just couldn't put it away. Kobe Kara with the rebound.
Hawks really gang rebounding that one. Everybody getting together, making sure they have possession.
Little pass was the right idea from Jackson Ball.
Tight angle in there. Difficult to get that bounce pass through when he looked to deliver probably a little bit later than that window allowed. Retaining possession, so no harm, no foul.
Jacob Murphy, the master of rolling up with a different coloured pair of shoes in just about every game. Here he is with the 3-point shot, drains that, and we're underway. The Hawks with the opening points.
Don't worry about the kicks, he's got the J. Coming out, catch, shoot, release. Murphy with a quick hit, giving the Hawks the early lead.
Just looking at the left knee of Tatui Lewis as he takes that shot and answers back the other way. Well and truly bandaged up tonight, Tatui Lewis.
Yeah, looks like he's not lost too much mobility, but definitely lost Jacob Murphy there coming off that screen. Lost him, came off the double or the single and hit that jumper.
Both teams underway in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Murphy catch and shoot, back-to-back triples.
Murphy and Tatui Lewis going back at it one another. Murphy comes off a screen, catch, shoot, other way. Tatui Lewis back again. Give him the ball again.
Jet Thompson, that one rattles around the world.
I don't think the Hawks mind him taking that off the pull-up dribble. It's a tough shot to get in rhythm early in this one. Jet Thompson confident but couldn't hit it.
Quite amazing in this competition how quickly the points can rack up. We've had 93 points in one game, 92 in that game where the Rams scored 52. Remember, it's just 16 minutes of action. Van der Linden, Boucher for three. Kobe Kara. He's been in the program for 4 years now with the Hawks, playing a lot of minutes this year through the Rapid League. Great to see. Nice hand in there to Tui Lewis.
Whai really packing that paint, taking away those driving lanes. Looks like the Hawks are going to have to depend on those down screens to create a little bit of space for their scoring wings.
Big game in the Sal's NBL tonight as well. Hawks, 2 wins, 3 losses for the season. The Fire, 2 wins, 4 losses. So a vitally important game for both of these teams as we just have a stoppage to correct some time.
No clock issue. This venue is known to have an issue with the clock every once in a while.
Once or twice, a quarter. Hawks last week in the Sal's NBL case, he played the Saints 111 to 104. The Saints winning. I think the Hawks would go home with a little bit of confidence, because if you put 104 on the board in a Sal's NBL game, I dare say 9 out of 10 times you're getting the win.
Well, they're a team who can score the basketball. You know, they're, I believe, 3rd in the competition right now in scoring, averaging over 90 a game. The issue has been the defense hasn't been quite where they needed to be, but that starting 5, I mean, a lot of teams rely on their starters, but maybe no team to the level that this Hawks Bay team will in the Sal's NBL tonight.
Yeah, that's a good call. Isaiah Moore, the R-line player of the week, 35 points he drained against the Saints. Foul plucked out there against the Fires. Jacob Murphy takes the seat. One thing I've been really impressed with over the opening month and a bit of the Sky Broadband Rapid League is the fans coming in early, getting some extra basketball for their money, always a good thing, but coming in and supporting Kiwi talent. It's been great to see. Boucher waits for it on the wing, up fake, sends it back out to Tui Lewis. Baseline drive, good work, inside, outside, ends up with Denham Brook, can't complete. Another rebound for Ferguson.
Really like that position defensively. Everybody on a string, lots of rotations, lots of chatter, and closing out tight to take away the ability to shoot those jumpers. And despite a late shot clock and a long road to travel, that was a difficult shot for Denham Brook to have a look at, and then controlling the glass afterwards. It's just a well-drilled team that has a lot of understanding of how they're connected on the court.
40 seconds to play in this opening quarter. Points have been hard to come by, all from outside the arc. On the move, ball, great hands. Jet Thompson comes up with it, leaves it behind to Tui Lewis. Catch and shoot, and can shoot. Second for him as well.
Well, only 2 players have scored in this game, 6 for Tui Lewis and 6 for Jacob Murphy, all from behind the arc. Just get those guys the ball. Get Murphy back in the game, let it fly.
Hawks averaging about 38 a game. Oh, nice work, stripping it away. Is that Van der Linden coming up with it? Pass comes back out.
Oh, and they could not get the shot. Adam Dunstan at the very death of things gets that look off the glass, but it doesn't drop in. All in all, a lot of decent looks for both squads, but a bit of the turnover-itis keeping that score from really taking off.
In fact, it was Harlan Rudin with that steal coming onto the court and getting into the action. 6 apiece at quarter time, early stages. Early stages of another Sal's special. Round 6, any large pizza. That's any, Casey. Any.
All
of them.
Okay.
25% off. There's the QR code. Sal's Dish is this week's code.
What's your favorite pizza to go with?
I'm going pepperoni every day.
Classic?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a pepperoni man.
If I'm getting 25% off, I'm loading that thing with toppings.
What are you going
I'm going to get some meatball. It's essentially the Brooklyn with the meatball, the sausage, the pepperoni. But, you know, a lot of meats. Sometimes I like the mushrooms on one side, the capsicum as well, half veggie, half meat. Anyway, I probably need to look up on my internet and get this going. It would help to have some Sky Broadband.
Well, it would,
starter.
Except this offer ended on the 30th of April, but don't let that hold you back from giving us a call.
Might as well get in there. I'm sure you could chat through somebody on that. I'm going to have to talk to the marketing guy for the league and see if we can get that one down.
1 quarter down, 6 apiece. I want to have a chat to you at halftime in this one about the upcoming Sal's NBL trade window as well. Starting to create a bit of talk around the competition, as you would expect. Denham-Brook gets things underway.
Flaming from behind the arc. Denham-Brook catch and shoot. That is his shot. He loves to get that off very quickly. And he does show there.
Have not had a basket inside the three-point arc in this one so far.
What is this, the NBA? Space and pace and lots of threes. The modern game alive. The rapid league.
Idea from Ferguson to Kara wasn't too bad. Kara actually came back up with it, so the Hawks will reset.
Oh, what a pass by Ferguson there.
And the finish is down for Kobe Kara. Great work between Ferguson and Kara. They add 2 for the Hawks, and the first trip of the night to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Let's have a look at this one again.
The no look. Faking it to everybody. Everyone thinks he's going wing. Instead, he drops it down low. And the strong finish gets the roll with that activity on the net. Even had it missed, probably would have counted. And even though it's not a three-pointer, we're still only scoring in threes if Kara is able to hit this one here.
Here he is at the Chemist Warehouse. Looks good off the hand. A little bit too deep, back of the iron. Dunstan.
Talk too soon.
Yeah. 8-9, early stages of this second quarter. Lewis, little runner, doesn't go down. Lavery up quickly. Kara on the move, looking back for Ferguson.
Just a little bit too much heat on that one coming through. High off the catch, caused the fumble.
Rudin. Thompson. Good defense. Murphy. Corner 3. Put down again by Tatui Lewis.
Touch them all. 9 points now. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Has not missed a shot yet. Carrying the load on his shoulders right now.
What a start for Tatui Lewis tonight, the former Bull. Enjoying his season at the Whai. Hawks to respond. It's just raining triples here tonight in Hawke's Bay.
A little bit of a late closeout. Got some body. Pretty unlucky not to get an N1 there. Didn't have his catch zone.
Nice work for the Hawks. They fill the paint. They come up with the steal. And forward again. Lavery quickly. Kara. Crossover is good in the paint off the right. He's fouled again. And a three-point opportunity coming up once more for Kobe Kara.
I just really like that change of direction there. Had that baseline drive, but the ability to change of pace, come back to the middle, take that little bump, and get that finish with the right. Showed good balance, excellent awareness of how much space he had to work through off that baseline. Couldn't really keep driving to the baseline, was going to lose it, and then to finish with the offhand and with some contact. Impressive finish.
3 of 3 from downtown for the Hawks. 4 of 7 for the Whai so far tonight. Hawks leaded by 2. Heading down towards halftime. Dunstan. Pressure. Murphy nearly stole it away. Tatui Lewis goes again, launches this one.
Oh, Murphy goes
far away.
Murphy went for the steal on that one and lost to Tatui Lewis. If you're going to lose somebody, let's not lose the guy who's got 3 threes in the first half.
Started on fire, hasn't he? Kara now aggressively to the basket. Good hand, Rudin.
Whai have been stripping everything on those drives. Hawks need to be stronger with the ball.
Tatui Lewis looking for Dunstan, missed him completely. Murphy up with it. Kara on the move.
Another strip.
Seen it a few times, haven't we?
Well, just a really nice job by the Phi, have active hands to get those deflections without fouling. They've done an excellent job of that, but they got to be careful. Don't want to get that hand stuck in the cookie jar because those whistles can change on you.
Good to see Hawke the Hawk on duty early tonight, out entertaining the crowd that has turned up for the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Do mascots get overtime? Do they get double pay?
Mascots get paid? I thought it was for the love.
Dunstan for 3. Left it short. Ferguson again. Another rebound for him. Ball inside. Murphy back to the basket. Nice off the glass.
A nice run ahead by Jacob Murphy there. And Jackson Ball, head on the swivel, always looking forward, makes the correct pass and gets a bucket for it.
Sky Broadband Rapid League MVP voting, of course, takes place after every game. The coaches have to vote 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tommy Ferguson for the Hawks is actually leading the vote at the moment.
Well, he should be. He's one of the top rebounders in the competition, one of the top scorers, and really provides this Hawks team with the only size that it has. Unfortunately makes miscue there with the high pass that Kobe Carr can't hold, but Tommy Ferguson should definitely be, especially considering where they sit on the ladder, just the one loss this season.
12 points, 6.4 rebounds per game. Remember, coming in a 16-minute game, Chet Thompson calls the player timeout. The referee wasn't actually looking at him at the time.
Always interesting with the early use of it. You've got the ball there. I don't mind talking about the play and seeing what you're doing. But with that kind of time, knowing the other team has it in their pocket, maybe you want to attack the rim, get something going, and save it just in case you can get some kind of a 2-for-1 with a second stop. But that is all for naught if they get solid execution and get the shot they want here.
Let's see what they can do, the Phi. They trail by 4, 13 seconds to play. Alan Rudin. Here's Thompson, down to 7. Thompson ends up with it, step around, gave up the shot, goes with the runner instead, can't put it away, and that'll do us. So halftime here tonight, Wednesday night hoops from Hawke's Bay. And it's the home team, a 4-game winning streak for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. They lead this one at the half by 4. Casey Frank, let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. Pick it apart so far, and it's been dominated from long range.
Lots of tray balls going out. You see the leading scorers there. Only 2 scores for the Phi. They are 4 for 13 from the field overall, 30%, while the Hawks shooting 60% as a squad, led by Murphy, Carr, and Lavery there. The rebounds, no surprise who's on top of that stat category. Tommy Ferguson absolutely dominating the glass and by himself out-rebounding the Phi. Onto the assist. Love to see the way they're moving the basketball on both teams. A lot of unselfishness out there. Jed Thompson creating with that pass for the Phi, and then the blocks, the lone block in the game, although there have been multiple strips.
Look at the steals. There you go.
Steals, turnovers, both ways. The Phi, with those hands coming in, have been really impressive, those active hands. That's what's kept them in touch distance in this game.
7 steals in 8 minutes.
And that's created 5 extra shots for the Phi. 4 for 15 from the field, 6 for 10 on the Hawks. But those 5 extra shots, because of the lack of efficiency, has made it difficult to keep the game going. As we take a look at some of the highlights, tray balls are dropping to Tui Lewis on one side, Jacob Murphy on the other. This was early in the ball game. It was feeling very good. Look, just catch, shoot. Basketball's an easy game. Catch the ball, you shoot the ball, you make the ball.
Especially when they're dropping.
Well, we don't show highlights of the misses, Justin.
There's something new.
Everybody looks good in the highlight reel, no doubt about it. But love to see this kind of activity. Both teams really focused on that tray ball. The question is, can the Hawks stay hot from deep? If not, where are they going to start getting their offense from? I would be very surprised if we don't see a couple of early touches to Tommy Ferguson on the post and a couple of good looks early, but I like the way they tried to make that defense bend on the interior before they started concentrating on the perimeter. And for the Phi, they're good looks, just got to knock them down. But they are 0 for 6 inside the arc right now, haven't hit a shot inside the three-point line. And they just need some kind of presence on the interior to get a little bit more space out there beyond the arc.
All the highlights from the first half, of course, with thanks to GJ Gardner-Holmes. Hawks by 4. A half to play in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Murphy has already hit a couple from long range, misses that one. Jackson Ball keeps it alive. May have come off his hand last. It did. Sal's NBL trade window opening up on Mother's Day in the evening, of course. 66 hours. Teams can trade players. Players need to agree to a trade. And it'll be interesting to see if we see any activity in year one. I think teams will learn a little bit in year one. Don't think we'll see a lot of trades, but they'll learn a bit.
Tommy Ferguson bleeding there?
Yep, he is.
And then Sam Gruggan saying if he's bleeding, it might have been a foul.
How did that happen?
It's not one of those magic cuts, I don't think. I would like to see him get that whistle, but unfortunate for the Hawks to lose their interior presence. Look for a lot more speed out here.
Did you ever have any magic cuts during your career? Did you ever give any magic cuts during your career?
To the first one, yes. To the second one, no comment.
Murphy, rebound. Margin still at 4. Ball on a turn. He was looking for Casson there.
Casson stopped his cut. If he would have kept going through, he pulled back when that defender was in, but if he might have gotten by him, there would have been a chance for that angle to get through. Tough angle for Ball to drop that pass in, though.
Ball gets doubled. Kara on the move, goes it alone. Found a little path through, didn't he? He's fouled. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. Kobe Kara, no score added yet in this third quarter.
Got a lot of Jordan Atai in his game. The lefty that's finishing with his right very comfortably. And they're not the same size, but that lack of reliance on the strong hand for a lefty, very reminiscent there.
We reported earlier tonight on Sal's Hoopheads. Looks like 5 teams keen to be active during that trade window I was just talking about. The Whai, one of those teams, Casey. I think they're in the market for a forward. Expect them to be active. The Bulls, the Tuatara have also indicated they will be participating. The Airs want to participate. They want to entertain with their words.
They want to entertain.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll see what role they play.
Well, they'll see. Well, they want to entertain, but as long as Quentin Bailey's not on the trade block, because there has been some strong denials. The league put out a graphic, just some pictures on there, a few players, trade windows opening, and a strong denial from Chris Anstey. I forgot his title, but Director of Basketball Operations, effectively. We love Q. We are not trading him. So already we've had our first Woj bomb being zapped.
Well, there you go. Quentin Bailey staying put with the Airs. The Rams have also indicated they're keen to trade somebody in, not necessarily out.
So that means they want to bring some more talent into the team. They don't want to drop any of their players as we see the shot clock violation.
Well, that's what it would indicate. But of course, remember, with this very unique trade window in the Sal's NBL, you trade a player in, you also get a 6.5% bump in your salary cap. So there's an incentive there to get a deal done.
That can be used on anyone, doesn't have to be used on the traded players. Can be used on anyone on your roster, and maybe somebody
maybe in the future
currently on your roster.
Maybe that's what the Rams are looking to. 6-point margin here, just the 2 points scored so far this quarter.
Well, Casson's going to get subbed out after that one. Almost got out hustled there. Had to be reminded by the bench that we had to get out there and play. We're still going.
That's a tough pass. Jackson Ball to Tommy Ferguson, surrounded by 3 pink singlets.
Unselfish player, but I'd like to see him just try and score it a bit more. Really forcing a couple of these angles in, some tight spaces.
Low-scoring game tonight in the Rapid League. Tatui Lewis knows nothing but scoring. That's come off a hand. It'll be a Hawks ball.
A great look still for the Whai. Struggling, of course, to get these shots to drop. 4 of 16 at halftime. Have missed 3 since then.
Some of the other news around the league as we tip off round 6 tonight. Max Darling out again with concussion tomorrow night. The Rams taking on the Nuggets. A return bout. They played each other last week, of course.
Just a week ago. A bit of a listless performance from the Nuggets on their home court. We'll be looking to bounce back on the road.
Nuggets with some illness concerns as Lavery pulls up with a nice little jumper.
I see illness now. I think the C word, but that's not what it is. I've heard just the flu. Nice play there as the Hawks continue to stretch this lead out. Great defense.
Lavery with the block. Kara, look away inside Ferguson. Look out, coming through Jacob Murphy out of nowhere.
Yes, would like to see the Hawks be a little bit more solid with the pass. No more razzle on that dazzle. Let's get a two-hand chest pass right in the breadbasket. Stop turning the ball over. That's the 10th turnover for the Hawks now.
Soft drop to Tui Lewis on the spin. Adds another two. He's doing all the scoring for the Phi.
He's got a fantastic scoring ability. I mean, this is a guy who can, get you punches and punches playing in the Sal's NBL. Of course, here at this level, up to 11 points now of the 14. I mean, it is all him all the time.
It's been good, hasn't he, to Tui Lewis?
Above his season average in the Rapid League now.
Z Darko Kelly and Jack Andrew are the two Nuggets players questionable tomorrow night with illness. Don't forget, Z Darko Kelly missed last week with illness as well. So if it is the flu...
Does he get the Scarfy flu?
It's pretty bad. Some better news for the Sharks, and they need as much of that as they can get. Looks like Braden Inga will be back on court this week, playing for the first time this season.
Welcome back to the Shark Tank. Love to see some good things happen for the Sharks down there. Been a tough beginning to this year for them.
Sent a second import packing during the week. Thompson with the miss, Casson with the rebound. What did you make of the Gerald Vic Casey being shown the door as Ferguson adds two? He's all taped up, but he continues to do what he does so well.
Love Ferguson's interior abilities, good strong drive there. But, on the Vic move, I mean, this looked like a guy who wasn't, I would say, 100% locked in this last performance, to put it nicely. Had a lot of mistakes being made in that last game against the Rams, some careless travels, some things, and not, when you're down, when you're losing games, when you're not doing what you want to do, you need guys who are out there just giving every inch of themselves and really working to overcome that hump. And if you've got a guy that's not doing the job on the court, then you've got to make the best decision. So hopefully for the Sharks, it ends up being a little bit of addition by subtraction.
Hawks by 11. Lewis fires away for three. He's fouled here. Copped a scrape down the arm. So Tui Lewis will be made to work for the 3 points from the Chemist Warehouse. But the way he's been shooting tonight,
One man
back him in here. Yeah.
Tui Lewis, gang, all by himself. He's got two players on him. Maybe the Hawks want to start thinking about a double coming off that on ball. Just get the ball out of this guy's hands. Maybe even go to a box and one, because they are uber reliant on his skill set right now. He misses the first, so he's not going to be able to make this closer. And if we're sitting in double digits coming into the fourth quarter, that is a big hill to climb for the Phi. Hits one. Denham now remembers there's 3 free throws for a little sprint off, but a good job getting back. You love to see the guys who are trying to get back. There's that hustle you're looking for.
Is that what that red line around the outside means? Can I play devil's advocate on the Gerald Vic being sent home by the Sharks? I maybe would have just waited to see if I could pull a trade during the trade window. There's a lot of upside to get a trade to happen. Blocked by Denham Brook, and maybe just holding on for 1 week, even if he played or not this week. Just searching to see if there was an interested party may have been a better idea.
Yeah, it's certainly an easy game to play when you're not in the room, when you don't know exactly what's going on, the exact reasons for which somebody was let go. So certainly I've been parts of many teams over the years where, from the outside looking in, it doesn't seem like oh, it's that big a deal. These guys should just be able to get along. But quite often the relationships are a bit more tenuous than that. But from a strictly trade point of view, from a strictly basketball business side of things, that would certainly seem to be the way to go.
And fishing's good this time of year down south.
I would assume so. When is it not good down south?
Beautiful part of the country. 25-16, 1.8 to play in the third quarter. Hawks have made their move in this third quarter. Out by 9, looking the better team at the moment. This would help the Phi. Denham Brook right on the buzzer, unable to complete. And with a quarter to play tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, it's the Hawks on their way to a 5th successive win, which will put them equal top of the ladder with the Nelson Giants. They've had the better of this one so far, 25-16.
And as mentioned earlier, their sole loss of the year to this Whai squad, and that was in the very first Rapid League game in Sal's NBL history, the season opener. The Whai hosted the Hawks and won both of those games against what must be said now was a much less talented, without Isaiah Moore in the lineup, Hawks-based squad. No offense, Jared Kenny, who was pulled into emergency duty for one more game.
Season number 22. Yeah, the Whai won the Rapid League that night by 1 point, and of course won the Sal's NBL by 21. I think we can expect a much closer contest tonight. Other news from around the league as we step into round 6. Charlie Dalton, young gun for the Tuatara, back in the country, will be suiting up on Saturday from all reports, so look out for that. And some injury concerns down at the Saints, waiting for confirmation on the status of Hiram Harris. Of course, hobbled around a bit last week against this team, the Hawks, with a knee injury, and I believe was going to seek some attention during the week. Not sure if he'll be playing this week for the Saints.
Yeah, he was certainly hobbled. Still grabbed double-digit rebounds and had six or seven assists. One of his less effective scoring games of the season, but man, that boy has a lot of heart. The way he plays, you love to see it, but you have to take care of that body. He was a lot on the line for him professionally.
Yeah, one of the very best. Tommy Ferguson, errant pass looking for Murphy. And some whispers surfacing in the last 24 hours that the Saints, after originally being one of the 10 teams to say no around any interest for Darnay Samuel, I think you'll find that the former Saint will be a Saint once again. Keep an eye on that one.
You can't call out whispers when they're your whispers, Justin.
Ball out of play. Hawks will come up with it. 3:22 left here. No score added yet in this last quarter.
One of the few things Tatui Lewis hasn't been on the right side of. Had that nice drive down the lane, did all the work, but just short-armed it a bit. That would have been a big bucket to cut it to 7. Now they are desperate for a stop that needs to turn into points instantly for the Whai to have a chance.
Here's Murphy. Brook in front of him. Brook too big, too smart. Held his ground defensively.
Yeah, need some speed, need to execute with a lot of pace. Can't be slowing down.
This has actually been one of the slower Sky Broadband Rapid League games that we've seen. Boucher, Dunstan deserved a basket there. Good ball movement for the Whai.
Nice play. You know, difficult angle by Brook. Boucher was able to catch it and create a good shot out of it, but just aren't hitting the shots. As Tommy Ferguson once again, that spread out court, essentially a 4-out, 1-in on his drive there, finishes well.
5.6 rebounds tonight for Ferguson. Probably the blemish on his game, and there hasn't been too many this season. 5 turnovers.
Yeah, they've been a bit loose with the ball, have been the Hawks. They've been trying a lot of stuff. That said, they are up 11. so they've done pretty well. The pressure they put has been impressive, but as a squad, those 11 turnovers, that is many more than you expect for a team that's got 27 points to 16.
Starters for the Sal's NBL. Can see a lot of them over in the background there for the Whai, warming up and getting ready. Ball twisting, turning. Was there a travel in there?
Oh, just all the Whai players want to take off on the break. It was an excellent hustle by Murphy, the one guy chasing the ball. Hawks can't convert, so the Whai get another chance.
Of course, if you're new to Rapid League, 4x4 minute quarters, and only the 7 players. Oh, Adam Dunstan for 3. Thanks very much. Only the 7 players playing off the bench in the Sal's NBL game can play in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, of course.
Goodness, what can the Whai do? I like this pressure. Not a bad foul, first one of the quarter. But somebody's got to come with Jaden Boucher there. You need to get some kind of a trap. Bring up another body. Denham Brooks stays up there. See if you can't bring some guys together and force a turnover here before it gets into the front court.
Been keeping an eye on Adam Dunstan's season thus far for the Whai. What is he, 32 years of age? I don't think he's ever shot as many 3-pointers as he has this season in the Rapid League.
He certainly is not getting that kind of freedom in the Sal's NBL, as you see a beautiful drive to the cup there.
Hey, Lavery, nice move, wasn't it? Denham Brook somehow scoops that one in as he steamrolls Tommy Ferguson.
Playing with a bit of pace now. Probably a little bit of too much too late, but you like to see those rim attacks by both teams.
Margin of 10. Minutes of play. Kara pulls it back out. Lavery doubled. Brook did well. Kept it in place somehow. Thompson, Lewis on the skip. Thompson rebound is fouled, and great play back at mid-court.
Just Jet Thompson delivering that in a bit of an awkward position for Tatui Lewis, a bit of a straight bullet pass when he was looking for the lob. Love that hustle from Denham Brook. How about him?
Well,
diving on the floor.
Came off the body of the Hawks, but he could have let that go out of play.
Knock it back, get that break going. You got to get the opportunities when you can. You run out of time, just a minute left. A couple of points here, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that they could come back and make a little bit of noise, make this even more of a ball game.
Well, let's not forget.
And he missed the free throw, so that makes it a bit tougher.
They were in deficit late against the Hawks in that round 1 clash and got over the top for the 1-point victory. Going to be hard from here, you would think. 1 of 2 from the Chemist Warehouse for Jet Thompson. Spent some time in Australia playing over there. Bulls prior to that.
Yes, Jacob Murphy. Up 7 with 40 seconds left. Let it fly.
He made the best of it earlier in this game, didn't he? Hit his opening 2 shots from long range. 8 points tonight for Jacob Murphy. 4 rebounds and 2 steals. He's been productive.
And got the ball rolling for this squad. Able to get out there and hit those threes early that really set the table. Smiler open. Decides not to shoot.
Murphy, go on.
Murphy will. Oh,
go on.
You got to shoot that one. You shot the last one.
Off the leg of Denham Brook.
Heads up play, just 4 seconds on the shot clock though. So they're going to have to get this one off very quickly.
Not sure what Jacob Murphy does for a job day to day, but it is worth noting that the mullet is no longer there. Murphy for 3. They come back up with it again, the Hawks.
Dominating the glass. That's their 18th rebound in the ball game.
Kara fouled. He'll head to the coloured stripe.
Now it's all about the margin. What can the Hawks add to not just their points table here in the Rapid League, but the Sal's NBL points table, where they are fiercely chasing a Final 6 spot.
Yeah, points count, don't they, for everything in both Rapid League and the Sal's NBL. Jacob Murphy used to have that flow, didn't he? One of the best going around.
It was a solid Kentucky waterfall that was coming off the back there. But maybe he saw some of the mullets around the competition this year and decided he couldn't compete.
Well, there's a few going, that's for sure. Kobe Kara on his backside.
Or maybe some of the smarter people in his life said, hey, maybe you want to change this look up.
I sat down pre-game, Jets and Tuatara last week, and had a quick chat with Liam Judd, and you can't help but stare at the locks as well. They're just there.
They're solid. I do appreciate Liam Judd's too. He goes with he's got the solid mode that comes along with it. So it's a combo.
Oh, it's a double package. Don't worry about that.
It's got to come together.
No, it's nice.
To have a real mullet, it's got to go with a mustache.
Takes me back to my formative years. Being a 70s child, of course, he does rock the look. Had a good season too, Liam Judd, it must be said.
Playing well, and they're asking a lot of him as Adam Dunstan calls the player timeout. You know, he's not the biggest guy in the world, you know, having played against him in some of the social competitions around Auckland. Him playing that power forward position, he's given up a lot of weight, a lot of strength, but he's got his head in there. He works hard, and certainly an excellent athlete, uses that athleticism to his favor as often as he can.
8-point margin here. Hawks headed for victory.
Got to say, there was more Jets talk than I was expecting in tonight's game.
That's okay. Green Army, show them some love. Let's see what the Whai can do out of this. Hasn't been their night in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. It ends up with Tatui Lewis. Let's fly. They'll get another chance. Adam Dunstan, great pass inside. Boucher wears the foul.
I like the habits with which the Whai are playing. They're making good passes. They're not chasing bad shots, and they hadn't the entire game. Their efficiency has certainly let them down today. Just 7 for 27 from the field, 2 for 12 from inside the arc. A decent 5 for 15 from outside of it, but just really need to find a way to clear a little bit more space, a little bit more airspace for these shooters, or some set plays that'll get these guys going on the interior as well to lessen that pressure on the three-point line.
2 of 2 from the Chemist Warehouse. Great to see Jaden Boucher back out there. Missed a couple of games with concussion. Player timeout, which will allow the Hawks to advance. And a lot of this at the moment, although it won't matter for the win or the loss, it is about adding points or not conceding points.
Look at Jackson Ball out there, 16-year-old, telling everybody how it is.
I love it.
I mean, that's it's one thing to go out there and compete with players above your age group, but it's another thing to take the reins and steer the cart. You can see him explaining to players a few years above him, let's run this play here. We got to get this look.
Let's see what they do out of it. Murphy, Lavery, it's at 7. At 6, he's fouled by Dunstan. Maybe 1 to give there. In fact, it's going to be 2.
Yeah, that's a bit of a surprising foul with 5 seconds left. I suppose down in there trying to chase it. They have no player timeouts left, so they can't call any.
We spoke to Cam Glidden about the player timeouts, and players love it. Players really enjoy the fact that they get to take ownership, stay away from the coaches, stay away from the benches. It's about what they draw up, what they talk about, and what they execute.
Yeah, of course. That's why coaches like coaching in FIBA. They take all that control away from players. That's why you got to come up the American game where even as a child you're allowed to call a timeout. Of course, that did lead to a lot of kids jumping out of bounds to call those timeouts.
Oh, Jaden Boucher. Oh, wow.
the shot put.
Every point counts, of course.
Hey, a bucket's a bucket. You'll take what you can get. Jaden Boucher with the one-handed hop step. Well, I think he found some new form, and he shakes his head. It's like, what kind of night is this? What kind of night is this? I can't make a layup. I can't make my free throws, but that drops.
I'll tell you what, he'll be playing that to the old man during the week, that's for sure. That's it.
But Dill will be unimpressed.
32-27, ending with some Jaden Boucher magic. Chemist Warehouse stats, let's have a look at them.
Well, I don't know. Donnie Levery gets the 11 points, ends up being the leading scorer. Wasn't really on the radar at halftime, but keeps it going. And on the other side, Tatui Lewis is fantastic. Looking at the rebounders, Ferguson leading the way for a Hawks team that dominated the glass. Adam Dunstan, 5 in response. The assist, Jet Thompson doing an excellent job getting everyone involved. They were moving the ball well, just didn't get enough of them. A lot of one-on-one basketball for the Hawks, but they get the win regardless. Taking a look to the steals. Well, they started the blocks first. Denham Brook and Jet Thompson getting a couple in there. Lavery again on that stat stuff. And then finishing on the steals, of which the Phi were able to create a lot. 10 in total to just 3 for the Hawks. Ended up being 29 shots to 22, but that lack of efficiency is what did the Phi in the end. Not
often you take 10 steals in 16 minutes and lose the game. The Hawks get their 5th win in a row, equal top now on the Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder. 5-1 record for them. Home by 5 in this one against the Tauranga Phi. And of course, all eyes now on the Sal's NBL Wednesday night hoops. Strap yourselves in. Some highlights to come your way after the break. And then we're back here for tonight's action between the Hawks and the Phi.
Number 4, Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Kia ora, Etafano. Great to have you with us. Hello and welcome to Rodney Green Arena's Wednesday night hoops in the Sal's NBL as we tip off round 6. The Taylor Hawks up against the Taronga Whai. Looking forward to this one. These two teams met, of course, back in round 1, opening night, first ever game for the new kids on the block. And they got home by 21. I think it's going to be a lot closer tonight. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me, 4-time Sal's NBL champ, more than 100 games for the Tall Blacks, and just an all-round good bloke. Casey Frank, good evening.
The last one's the most important one to be there. Good to hear that people still think I'm a good bloke.
Or just me. But
you're people. You count as people. So thanks for having me, Justin. Always excited to see this one as we take a look at the mixandpick.com app. Who's going to win this game? Oh my goodness, everybody's come in for the Hawks. Where are the people from Taronga? You got to come in, you got to get some votes in, vote for your squad. Unless you don't think they're going to win, then you might as well go with the
Well, you and I, we get involved in that every single week. Put it on the table. Be honest, who have you gone for tonight through that QR code?
If I'm honest, I got to say it's the Hawks. I think they've got a lot of firepower, looking very good right now.
Let's have a look at the Sal's NBL ladder after 5 rounds. Hello, the Saints chasing their 13th championship, sitting up on top at the moment, 5-1. The Bulls there right with them. Tuatara Airs, Rams, Nuggets, Whai sitting in 9th, desperately need a win. Keep an eye on the Hawks though. They are a sneaky bet this season. Sitting in 7th, the win tonight boosts them back up inside the 6.
Yeah, it'll be a huge win for them, especially against this Whai squad who they've already lost to. Got to get that count back as much as they can, score as many points as possible if they are able to get up and get the victory this evening.
Games coming up, Rams and Nuggets tomorrow night. They played each other last week down south. The Rams got that one. They'll start favourites at home. Sharks and the Giants. The Giants on the southern swing. The Sharks 0-7, still searching for their first win. How about this one? Saturday afternoon, the Airs and the Bulls. That'll be an absolute beauty. Tuatara take on the Hawks. Saturday night, I should say. Sunday's games, Nuggets and the Giants. We're headed down for that one. Jets and the Saints, which had a bit of spice last season.
Always a little bit of spice in that matchup.
Here's the 5 starters tonight. Holland, Jackson Jr., Pero Hunt, Carr and Bazant. Jaden Bazant, of course, is back home in Taronga. He is the skipper. Let's have a chat with him now.
Jaden, what do you think the keys to getting the win tonight in the Hawks' nest is going to be?
It's going to start with defense, containing the ball, containing the more in the on ball, and pushing in transition, and being solid on offense.
Awesome. Now, it's your first season as a new franchise in the league. What have been the challenges you think yourself personally and as a team?
Personally, coming into the captaincy role has been a little adjustment for me, leading these guys. As far as the club, there's always going to be growing pains, new club, trying to find our identity and what our values are, and this season is the one that starts it. This is our base, so just trying to uphold our values and our key beliefs.
Awesome, Jaden. Hey, appreciate your time. Good luck for the game tonight, man.
Thank you.
Sounds like Jaden Bazant's done a little bit of media training. Gave us absolutely nothing.
It's a foundation. The word you're looking for is foundation, JB. It's setting the foundation, hoping good things happen.
It's great to see him back out there enjoying his basketball. 2-4 on the season so far for the Whai. The Hawks are 2-3. This is how they'll start tonight, and I really like this starting lineup. Casey, I saw them last week against the Saints. They put 104 on the board and lost. You're not going to lose too many games when you put 104 on the board. Moore, Natai, Rasmussen, Roberts, and Sutherland the starters. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think this is as talented an offensive lineup that we've seen in this league. Isaiah Moore has been brilliant at that point guard position, blends really well with Jordan Natai, Rasmussen, Sutherland as well, and Roberts. If he's able to stay out of foul trouble and just get a little bit more of a presence down low, they can make a lot of noise.
I really like what Coach Sam Gruggan is doing with this team. Clifton Bush Jr. caught up with him earlier.
All right, Coach. Last couple games, you know, team scoring really well, but giving up about 100 points per game in the last couple. What have you done this week in training defensively to try to rectify that, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, the Canterbury game, it just wasn't us, it wasn't our style, it wasn't how we wanted to play. So that was just kind of a bit of a gut wrench and kind of got to check in and see what we're like as far as how we're going to play physically. So I felt like we did compete better against the Saints. This week of practice, this Saints are a very physical team. They can do pretty much get away with whatever they want. So at practice this week, we just didn't call many fouls and just getting guys used to the physicality.
Awesome, Coach. Okay, Coach, last time you played the Fire, you were without two of your starters, star import Isaiah Moore and Jordan Atai. What do you think your chances like having them now, and what do they bring to the team for this game?
Yeah, definitely. Just a level of poise, especially on the offensive end. I mean, JK did a fantastic job, but he hasn't practiced for quite a long time. So with Isaiah, it's just that poise and control and leading the team. And then Natai just finding his moments to score. But they'll definitely help us both on the offensive and defensive end.
Awesome, Coach. Hey, Coach, good luck for the game. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Now, thanks to Clifton Bush Jr. working the sidelines tonight on Sky Sport. And read between the lines there, Casey. I think the Hawks will come out with a bit of aggression tonight. No whistles during the week being put away.
I mean, that's not in between the lines. That was printed. That was the headline right there.
Wow.
We're coming out to start a fight as we take a look at the head-to-head. You see the points per game. The Hawks have been fantastic at 91 points per game scoring the basketball. The Five, next to last on the ladder, only 75 points. How are they going to score enough points tonight? Well, maybe against the Hawks it's okay because they give up 95, 10th in the league. And they do the Five, one of the better teams defensively in total points against, 82.8 per game. Looking at those points in the paint, all Hawks in there. They love to drive it. They love to get in. That is not the Five strength. And you look at the pace as well. The Hawks are going to push. They're going to run. They're going to go. The Five, they like it much more in that half court.
Interesting, the points per game there, that 75.7 for the Five is the third lowest in the league in the last 10 years. The second lowest in the last 10 years was the Hawks back in 2015. The lowest in the last 10 years, the Sharks in 2024.
There you go.
There's the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one tonight. Round 6 about to tip off. Tommy Ferguson there is strapped up. Of course, he copped a knock in the earlier Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Hawks getting that win, their 5th in a row, home by 5 points over the Five. Here's the QR code, free and fun. You can play along. Who do you think's going to win tonight? There's some Sal's pizzas up for grabs. Casey's gone for the Hawks. So too have I, and it looks like the bulk of our viewers have done the same. 81% vote right now for the win tonight for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Not a lot of love for the Five.
And not super surprising the way this Hawks team has been playing. You know, it's the Five, a better effort last round. They had a doubleheader on the road. One at home, one on the road. They lost them both, but we saw improved attempts. You know, they played a much better brand of basketball, took the Taranaki on first, and this is a team that earlier in the season they only scored 55 points against. Well, they lifted that considerably, found some flow offensively, did a great job of hanging tough against the Bulls for the entirety of that game, made it a little bit closer at the end than the actual result of the game should have shown. But you love to see those improvements. We heard Jaden Bazant speaking about we're trying to set our values, trying to decide what we're about, and you're seeing some fight out of this team. The question is, will they have enough fight against this Hawk squad on their home court that can score that basketball as well as anybody in the competition this season?
Coin officials ready to go for this one. Nice crowd in place for a Wednesday night here in Hawke's Bay, the east coast of the North Island here in New Zealand. Sit back and enjoy this one live on Sky Sport throughout Aotearoa. Hello to all of our friends on ESPN throughout the United States and Puerto Rico and everywhere else around the world, every country on the planet tuning in through FIBA YouTube. Looking forward to this one. The Hawks and the Whai about to do battle. The Hawks in the black and the Whai in the white. Out comes another junior supporter yet again, living up to my theory that every junior supporter bringing out the molten basketball has to be below 3 foot tall.
She's got to have 3+ in her.
Come on.
It's got to be like 3-4. In that realm.
You love to see it. Set to go Phil Carr wearing the number 22 was good first time out against the Hawks, up against Josh Roberts. They both come down in the end. Roberts slaps it back to this man, Isaiah Moore, who notably, Casey, did not play in that opening game of the season.
Yeah, very different team. And Phil Carr in that first game, a lot of pick and pop. Roberts should adjust to that one, but it's all about pace for this Hawks team as Moore gets the scoring attempts going with that long three that goes wayward.
Picked up the R-line player of the round for round 5, Isaiah Moore. 35-point haul in a loss against the Saints. Bazant, he fires from deep. That looping arc rattles around the iron. Roberts with his first rebound of the night.
Going to be interesting for this set of 5 forwards to try and defend this undersized power forward attack from the Hawks. A lot of scoring, a lot of shooting ability that they're going to have to get out and extend on.
Natai on the move, draws the foul, puts it down. Opening points tonight to the Prince of Porirua, Jordan Natai.
Well, interesting matchup there, going with Cruz Pro Hunt on Jordan Natai there, who just takes him right inside. He's got such great strength. Not sure if that was a cross match because of the transition opportunity, or if that's what they're going with. If that's their plan to go with KPH on Natai, that's going to be a very difficult look to see Jordan in the post very shortly.
And he's very good, isn't he, out of the post. Misses the shot from the Chemist Warehouse. But the opening points of the night for the Hawks. Pero Hunt, Carr steps across, slips away to the left wing. Pero Hunt bobbles it through hands. Jackson Jr. came in with a question mark. Some niggles at the moment. Shot clock counting down at 3 now. Carr has Holland underneath waiting for it.
And let's see DeMarcus Holland moving without the basketball. Good extra pass by Phil Carr there. And that's one for DeMarcus Holland. He needs to see a couple go through. Hasn't had a lot of ball in hand. It'd be nice to see him get something going this evening.
Bazant, nice hand. Tapped it, but straight to Roberts on the reverse. His first points tonight, coming off a quiet game against the Saints. That'll get him started.
But this is a much more size-friendly matchup for Roberts. He's almost the big dog in the block. He's the one who likes the inside banging more than anybody else in this one. And the Spy squad and this Hawk squad, both undersized, but evenly matched in this one.
He went into that Saints game averaging a double-double, and it was really sight unseen down in the capital. Out of play there. Phil Carr not happy with the decision, but it will be a Hawks ball.
Well, impressive defensive acuity there to be able to block it and knock it off Phil Carr. Just fantastic recovery there after going for the up fake. Phil Carr had some space, but couldn't do anything with it.
Isaiah Moore on his unfavored left side off the glass. See him on the right side tonight. He rarely misses from that spot.
I'll tell you what, the Wellington Saints backboards are some of the friendliest in the country. These Hawks Bay backboards, some of the least friendly backboards. These are some of the hardest backboards in the competition. It is difficult to use the glass to the same effect as you do see in some of the other venues. So that may come into play somewhat.
What was your best performance on this court, Casey?
Oh, this would I'd have to go back to winning a title there. Beating the Hawks Bay Hawks on their home court for a championship game. It was quite a close one. That's certainly the one I remember most fondly.
There you go. I don't mind the honesty too. Whenever I'm calling a game with Brooke Rusco, he usually embellishes by about 30 or 40 points. A miss there for the Whai. Hawks lead early. Sutherland on the attack. That one drops back out.
You like the pace with which the Hawks are playing, though. Todonga's going to have to really lift up things to get to it. And we see Jaden Bazant has that ability in transition. Nobody at the rim, right to the cup.
Good work by the number 66. Captain, of course. Heard him talk about that role in the pre-game. Keanu Rasmussen floating up, draws the foul on Bazant. He'll take a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, the Adelaide-born Kiwi.
Rasmussen is very shifty. He's out there and doing a nice job of driving to the cup. Jaden Bazant just gets caught up underneath him, doesn't give him the landing space. And Rasmussen, is good for 20 points a game. Inside, outside, puts a lot of pressure on defenders because he can score in a myriad of ways.
He's one of 3 young players who have been taking development roles, and maybe a little bit more in the Australian NBL. Keanu Rasmussen, of course, Ben Henschel playing for the Nuggets, and probably the one that's had a little bit more time in the Aussie League, Lockie Ulbrich with the Rams. 3 really good players in the Sal's NBL this season.
Well, Ulbrich, of course, in that Next Star program. He's a draft hopeful, and speaking I actually know Ben Henshaw's agent pretty well. He was my agent once upon a time, and he's another player who they've got high hopes for where he's going to end up. And you know, he's a contracted player, not even a developmental player. You know, Rasmussen not quite in the 10, but Henshaw, he's on that roster. They expect big things from him, despite all the wings they've signed in the offseason.
Took down a lazy 20 rebounds in one of his 2 games last week.
Not bad for Lackey, second biggest rebound total of the season.
Whai come up short. Hawks looking to extend here, out by 2 early. They move the ball around, ends up with Roberts, works in off the elbow. Baby hook there. Now Jackson Jr.
Vance Jackson Jr. I'd like to see him get going. Top 20 scorer in the competition at 18 per game, but very perimeter-based for a guy with decent size.
Pero Hunt off the glass. Things just opened up. He had an outstanding game in round 1 against the Hawks.
Look at that Hezzy. Change in speed, freezes the defense and opens that lane.
On the move, Isaiah Moore. His opening points of the game tonight for him. Keep an eye on the Hawks' number 4.
That floater game is impeccable. Love the soft touch.
Foul there on Sutherland. DeMarcus Holland will head to the stripe.
And one area the Hawks really need to be careful is with the fouls. If this starting 5 gets in foul trouble, the talent level does drop quickly. As good as the teams are playing in the Rapid League for the Hawks, those guys at times don't have it going. And Sutherland, did he pick up foul number 2 there? So is that going to be Kobe Kara coming in quickly?
Holland at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. First one a little bit deep.
Sorry, just foul number 1 on Lucas Sutherland there.
Sal's NBL trade window, first ever, open soon, May the 12th. Cook lunch or dinner for your mum on Mother's Day, and then it's all about the trades in the Sal's NBL. I don't think the Hawks will be active. I think they're well set. But I think you'll see some action from the Whai. They are certainly searching for a forward.
Tough to zone this team. They got a lot of shooters on the perimeter. Rasmussen misses a great look there. A nice ball movement to get that quality shot.
Holland looking coast to coast, bangs it back out to Jackson. Awkward step, gets the shot away though. Kobe Kara into the mix.
Good challenge by Moore to force Jackson into that step through and off the 3-point line where he prefers it.
Here he is again, bumped off it on that shot. They will be well aware of Isaiah Moore's power on that right side.
Isaiah Moore played 14 minutes against the Saints. Didn't not come off the court for one solitary second. So bar foul trouble or something unforeseen happening, he will be out there for the majority of this one, if not the entirety.
Been off target a little bit early tonight, just the 2 points for him. His ability off that 45, Casey, is quite remarkable. Pinpoint accuracy on the backboard, and misses 2 from the Chemist Warehouse.
Came in the competition into the game third in the competition in scoring at 25.
Oh, Jackson Jr. just pulls up and drains the triple.
Well, he's got that range beyond 3. You see the Hawks once he gets to the line, they're guarding him very tightly. So he just took it a little bit further back, and he's very comfortable from that range.
3 of 8 shooting for the Hawks early. The Whai also 3 of 8. All the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Kara just completely lost a handle on that one and was about to walk straight to the sideline and sub himself out.
Quick catch and shoot. Vance Jackson Jr. in semi-transition as that trailer. One of the spots he is most dangerous when those bigs get down to the paint to stop the drives.
Rasmussen takes a break. Foul here. Who's it going to go on? Is it going to be on Isaiah Moore? I think so.
Holland aggressive early in this one. He hasn't probably had as much scoring freedom as most of the imports you see across the competition, coming in averaging 9 points and just over 4 rebounds and 4 assists. But aggressive early in this one. Has had a couple of drives that he's putting the ball on the rim. He's cutting without the basketball. He's trying to get himself involved and off to a great start.
I feel like it's the one thing that's been missing from his game, Case. Just that pure aggression and really taking defense on.
It's something that, you know, when you're coming to a team and you join a team, trying to figure out a way to fit in, especially as a young import player. But in this competition, they're expecting a lot out of you if you're one of those restricted players.
He's definitely up and about tonight. Sutherland beats the zone with a 2.
Phi going to the zone a lot. They've got not too much bigger than the other squad, but they don't want those one-on-one matchups.
Rasmussen trying to track down Pero Hunt. Had the better.
The Hawks just not locked in defensively. We've seen some very easy drives to the bucket for the Phi. Hawks need to find a way to knuckle down. The Phi keep doing what they're doing.
The Hawks will be happy to keep doing what they're doing if they can continue to find Roberts that open inside.
And active trying to get Roberts the ball down low.
Jackson, Sutherland, Jackson steps around, gets himself inside, looks to take contact, flicks it out. Carr ends up with Holland for 3. Well short.
Oh, great look. I love the extra pass there, but that was a wayward attempt.
Kara, Rasmussen on the move. He does that so well along the baseline, doesn't he?
With that Linda Ronstadt offense there, the blue bayou.
Oh, there you go.
It's good for the over 50s.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
I was just looking around. What do you mean?
It's only you and I sitting here. Sutherland for 2. Oh, Josh Roberts get up.
Well, what a change in energy in this gym. The Hawks suddenly finding a little bit of pep in their step, attacking the rim, getting something going in transition. This one, Sutherland loved the pressure on the rim. Roberts loves it too because it sets them up for the throwdown.
Timeout called here. Back-to-back baskets for the Hawks. And Josh Roberts in the thick of it tonight. Wouldn't surprise me if he got a bit of a rocket during the week. Casey, last time out against the Saints wasn't his best outing, but gee, started well here tonight. I'll tell you what has started well for round 6 is the Sell Special. Any large pizza, any of them.
That's a lot to choose from. 25% off. It's like you're getting a whole quarter of a pizza for free. I mean, that's exactly what it's like. My math's fantastic.
Helen, until next Tuesday. You know the drill, QR code, online code there as well. Get into it. Another super special with thanks to our great friends at Sal's Authentic New York Pizza. Timeout called here. What would the message be both ends of the floor?
Well, for the Hawks, it's about locking down defensively, taking away those straight line drives, those easy opportunities on the rotation, and finding that pace in transition in the half court and playing with that offensively. For the Phi, it would be about stopping that ball in that semi-transition. We can't just let them have free reign, kicking it ahead and beat us down the court. That's what they want to play. So the Phi want to slow down that offensive transition. Got to find a way. The easiest way to do that is get the ball in the basket. And offensively, continue moving it. We're getting great looks. Happy with those, but let's just get more of them.
Josh Roberts, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal so far in this one tonight. I don't think he scored in the first half. Last week against the Saints, he started on fire tonight. Hawks by 2. Bazant pulls up, usually his spot. Roberts, another rebound, his 4th.
Excellent activity for Roberts, and I think he's a bit more comfortable playing in his same weight class in terms of height in this game.
Nartai comes off the Sutherland handoff, easy as you like for the lefty.
Well, Sutherland sets that one up nicely, taking out 2 defenders and perfectly delivered for Jordan Nartai coming off that little semi-screen handoff action for the triple.
Saw him drain 47 against the Jets on this floor.
That's decent.
Late last season.
Not too bad.
He had 8 triples that night. Bazant around Sutherland. Sutherland may have just got a fingertip to it. Loose ball, Holland comes up with it. Denham Brooks steps out, former Hawk. Can't finish. Another opportunity for the Phi.
Just smashing the offensive glass with these long rebounds.
Holland, again, aggressive. That one doesn't drop. Late whistle. It'll count.
Yeah, he got the hand on the backboard there afterwards. They're attacking Lucas Sutherland out of these one-on-ones. They're basically setting it up, and they're going at him. DeMarcus Holland there had a couple of attempts on the rim, disappointed in the miss, but does get the benefit of the doubt. So with that goaltend, so it drops in. Sutherland's gonna have to find a way to limit those penetration opportunities, especially if they're looking for him this often early in this first quarter.
Isaiah Moore sitting early, by the way, with 2 fouls. Hawks by 5. Speaking of Sutherland, he's got a plus-minus of +9 at the moment.
Well, that's decent in 9 minutes. Point a minute, get it done.
And here he is to add 3 in front of the iron. Whai come up with it. Down by 3. Score's just been corrected for us. Carr. Holland has been active early. Out to Bazant. Stops, props. Sutherland rebound. Here come the Hawks, flying with speed down the floor into the corner. The young man, the 16-year-old Jackson Ball, back to Sutherland, spinning through traffic. How nice was that?
Grab your change. We're going to the laundromat because Sutherland's put him in the spin cycle. Brings through, gets Denham-Brook to change direction. Nice finish, nice attack on the rim, and the Hawks trying to gain control in the latter stages of this first quarter.
4 points for him. Can the Fire respond? They need something here. Holland had 7. There's a hook there. I wonder if that goes against him. It will.
That's the right call. Well defended there by Ball. The young fella did it. And you see that chicken wing just gets out, tries to control the defender with that activity, and well spotted by point official Mikey Graham there to go the other direction. And now most likely the last possession of this quarter will be in the hands of the Hawks.
What a time in the life of the young man Jackson Ball. Would have had classes today, back at school tomorrow, playing Sal's NBL on a Wednesday night, if you don't mind.
Nice switch there on the weak side to keep Sutherland guarded, and Rasmussen has something to do with it.
Steps back, drains the triple. Buzzer sounds. What a way to finish this opening quarter tonight for the Taylor Hawks. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. It's all about Keanu Rasmussen.
KPH worried about the driving ability. Sagged a bit too far off. Beautiful footwork to get that step back. And a big lead for the Hawks at halftime, going up 8. And we'll catch you after the break for the second quarter action.
Welcome back to Hawke's Bay tonight. Quarter time, great start for the home team. Really kicked on late in that opening quarter, didn't they? Hawks leading the Fire by 24-16. Here's our poll, the viewers. Well, the Fire have found a few friends since the pre-game, but not enough. The Hawks still leading the way, according to everybody watching on tonight.
There's movement. It's moving like a glacier, but there's some movement in the poll.
79% going with the Hawks. And after that opening quarter, You probably can't blame them. Chemist Warehouse stats, of course. Casey Frank, what did you make of the opening 10 minutes as Jackson Jr.
traveled on that one.
a step too far?
Well, I like the Phi's approach to the game early. They were doing a nice job of moving without the basketball, not getting too stagnant. They threw out that zone early that did give the Hawks a little bit of problem. That offense really slowed down, but I liked how the Hawks responded. They started picking up the pace, started executing with a bit more quickness and playing better defense. Both teams, though, have some holes that they need to fill.
Isaiah Moore on 2 fouls back out there. Sutherland from the corner, a miss. Which way is this going to go? Maybe against Bazant. That's his second.
Yeah, nice attack there by Jordan Athai. Really attacking that offensive glass opportunity. Bazant gets his hands into the chest of Jordan Athai, and that's why it's an easy whistle to blow.
DeMarcus Holland and Bazant, 2 fouls apiece. Nice work. Jordan Athai. Roberts put back. He's good.
Well, Roberts looking as active as we've seen him this season. Nice to see him having a nice effect on the game. Came in averaging 10.6 points and 11 rebounds, and he's already up to 8 and 4. Well, 5 because of the offensive rebound.
Looks to respond. That's come off the hand of Tatui Lewis. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's that shot. And
well, that's close.
yeah, coin officials right on the scene.
Very close one. Tatui Lewis thought he knew. It's always good to be confident around the refs. Sometimes they believe you. Not me, per se, but other players.
Sutherland scoops it back in, too long in the
quick
key.
Three.
Josh Roberts.
That is a very quick 3 on Josh Roberts there. He was expecting that shot to go up, and maybe a half second earlier, if Sutherland gets that pass across, he'd be able to finish that with a dunk, but camped out. And no camping allowed on Wednesdays here in Rodney Green Arena.
Hawks with a 2-3 start to the Sal's NBL season. A win tonight, earlier in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. They're 5-1. Of course, a mass clean out after the 2023 season, including the coach. What have you made of new coach Sam Gruggan?
Well, he's got a well-drilled squad. I mean, this is a team, as we see Sutherland, a nice drive in transition. The Hawks continuing to attack that semi-transition, but you love to see a team react well to tough things, and they start off the season a very tough way. Went on the road, got blasted. Weren't one of the favorites for the preseason pundits.
To this team.
But they've been able to work through it. They've gotten their full squad. They've recruited well. They've empowered. He's empowered his players. He's empowered the young players as well. You can see that in the Rapid League. And you know, there are its flaws. It's not the best defensive team. It's not the biggest team, but every possession they're out there playing hard, and that is a great testament to the coaching staff getting them ready, not just Coach Sam Gruggan, but of course you've got Kane Hokianga over there, you've got Aiden Daly as well, so great to see ex-Hawks players be able to contribute on the same level.
And he engages really well, Sam Gruggan. There's some coaches that will not take too much time to speak to commentators like us, but Sam Gruggan always up for a chat. And
what? No, they don't want to talk to you?
Oh, there's a few. Well, maybe it's just me. DeMarcus Holland misses that one. There's a foul here. That'll be against, it's either going to be Sutherland or Rasmussen on the rebound.
Well, the fouls are starting to
Sutherland
line up a little bit. Sutherland picks up his second there. 2 fouls on Moore, now 2 on Sutherland. DeMarcus Holland also sitting on 2 and bounding the ball there.
7 points for him in the opening quarter. Good start. Jackson on the drive. Sutherland just had to lean out of that one.
Thanks, Jackson Jr. Just so good with that up fake. You have to respect him. He's such a quality 3-point shooter, but he creates a lot of space coming off the dribble with just that head and shoulder fake.
Sutherland, catch and turn. Look at Roberts getting after it. Kept it alive for Rasmussen. Roberts again, and he's headed back to the Chemist Warehouse. What a start from this young man tonight.
Well, early on, his best performance of the season. I mean, really having an effect on the game. Doing a great job working hard on the glass, getting those extra opportunities. That first one that Rasmussen got his hands on was because of the efforts of Roberts. That second chance ability, so big for a team that's been struggling on the offensive glass.
Visit to the Chemist Warehouse. And another point for Josh Roberts. 2 from 2, an impressive start for him tonight. He's well on the way to an early double-double.
keeping it together. Important for him to stay out of foul trouble. His interior presence really important for this squad right now.
Phil Carr yet to score for the Whai. Jackson, step back three. There's Carr underneath. Had it knocked out of his hands by Roberts. Natai now. Decision to Rasmussen. Usually good in this position. And again, another good decision. Out to Moore. He gets on the move. That little floater off the glass.
Knew it was coming. The second he dribbled to that right side, you knew he was going to get some action off the backboard, and he does so nicely. 14-point lead. The Hawks consolidating this lead on both ends of the court.
Well, I said last week, Casey, Holland misses that. I think Isaiah Moore has the best floater in the game in the Cells NBL at the moment. Just so impressive.
Oh, Holland completely takes out his own teammate, Dewey Lewis, and forces a lack of transition. Oh my, that is an unfortunate defensive play there, getting trucked by your teammate, leading to an open three in the corner. As we take another look, as the ball messing around, Holland tries to get out there after the collision down low, but too late. And the Hawks off to a blinder in the second quarter.
Well, that's not the pin you want to take down when you go 10-pin bowling, is it?
Dewey Lewis was not expecting that from his teammate. A 17-point differential. They have just blown up, scoring 11 points here.
Yeah, 11-2 to start the second
this,
quarter.
yeah, three and a half minutes.
What do you make of Isaiah Moore's floater?
It's quality, and it's a weapon that he has to have in his toolbox. And the players of his height, of his stature, they can't get to the cup. You can't finish with finger rolls. You're not going to be dunking on people. So you have to find ways to be effective in that in-between game. And the floater is great to do it. And the fact that you can do it at angles, you can do it off the glass, it's not just dependent on that. It's an invaluable skill set for a player, especially smaller guards, to have in their game. And when you talk about, is it the best in the league? I mean, yeah, there's not a ton of guys using the floater right now. The first one that comes to mind when you mentioned that, I'm thinking Ruben Terengi.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a great floater when he gets to the middle.
Webster.
C. Webb, you know, he's more of a jump shooter. Occasionally he shoots that floater, but when he gets into that range, he's got a bunch of different arm angles that he can finish with it off the glass. But probably have to do a little bit more thought about it.
Has a little bit of handy game.
He's got a bit of floater too. You know, he's you know, normally he's a destination type player. He likes it from the three. He likes it all the way. But he does have the ability, if you've given him a bit of space and you're taking those charges, he can certainly get that soft touch. But nobody has used it to the effect that Moore has this season, certainly.
Impressive, hasn't it? Back underway, the Five with a lot of work to do here. Second quarter belonging to the Hawks. They're locked in. Jackson, Sutherland's on 2 fouls. Carr yet to score. That has just ended. A 3 for him.
That 11-0 run to start the quarter. Nice job by Carr, and that's how he hurt the Hawks in the initial game. It was pick and pop, who was facing on the perimeter. That he loves it out there, and he shows us why.
Rasmussen. Oh, that one was absolutely all but down, wasn't it? Another offensive rebound for Roberts. Natai for 3 of his own. Roberts again comes up with it.
Look at the work rate. He is on fire. Just chasing everything, refusing to be denied. Sutherland does not get that whistle, almost maybe because Coach Krugen might have been talking off Sherwood Martin's air there, trying to get something else called.
Roberts is getting so much of the ball. Our Chemist Warehouse stats are just struggling to keep up right now. Bazant, Holland stepped on the line, turned it over. Not what the Whai need right now.
Marcus Holland is frustrated. He's had a couple of tough plays go against him in this one, but he is up to 7 points. Josh Roberts, 10 points, 8 rebounds at this point in the game.
And I reckon 4 of those are offensive.
They are.
Timeout here.
That is correct. 4 offensive, 7 offensive rebounds in total for the Hawks, and that's on 14 misses, getting half of their misses back right now, and mostly because of the efforts of Josh Roberts.
Hawks have been good. Sutherland starting to get going. He's a bit of a quiet achiever. Some of the highlights so far tonight, with thanks to our friends at GJ Gardner Homes. Midway through the second quarter. Games coming up in round 6. Let's have a little bit of a look ahead. Tomorrow night, the Rams and the Nuggets. Nick Bewley, Maya Williamson back on duty for Sky Sport. These two teams played each other last week, of course. The Rams picking up the Southern Swing double. They go in as favourites tomorrow night. Sharks at home on Friday night. Boy, do they need a win. I know it's rated E this season, but LeGerald Vic was evicted during the week.
Oh, you stole that.
I did steal that, you're right.
Well, that was quality. I liked it.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew. Thank you, Mulls. I did steal that straight from you. Sharks a chance against the Giants?
Hey, you never know. When a change of scenery, I haven't liked what I've seen, the product on the court. With Braden Anger coming in against a Giants team that doesn't play with the most pace, so it's going to be a style that the Sharks are comfortable with. They want to play a little bit slower. They don't want to be up and down. But
that was a very long-winded way of saying no.
It's going to be tough. There's always a chance. Sometimes that chance is 1 in a million, but there's always a chance.
Thank you, Jim Carey. 14-point margin here midway through the second. The Giants are on that Southern Swing this week. Sharks and the Nuggets. Coming off a loss to the Airs. How about the Airs last round? 116 points. Sutherland adds. No, he doesn't.
Just missing a point-blank range. That's the kind of breaks the Phi need. Can they capitalize?
Game I'm looking forward to Saturday afternoon. All the action, of course, live on Sky Sport. Airs and the Bulls. That'll be an absolute beauty. Offensive foul call here.
That's on Phil Carr on the screen, and a missed opportunity there. Vance Jackson Jr. in the post with Keanu Rasmussen on his back. Had that Mitch. KPH looked at it and looked it off, but that's where you want to go. You want to go attack those guards when you have those mismatches. That's when Vance Jackson Jr. is comfortable posting. Didn't take a good look there, and it ends up being a turnover.
More Roberts, the star of the night, Josh Roberts.
Well, beautiful angle on the delivery, first of all. I mean, just pinpoint accuracy from a ways outside the three-point line, right into the breadbasket, and Roberts out here looking like George Gervin finger roll.
Let's put this on the record. What we're seeing from this man tonight, this young, talented forward, Josh Roberts, he's had a fair kick up the backside, I think, from last week.
Entirely possible, because he was not productive against the Saints, and that's a huge team, a lot of size, but this is the activity that the Hawks were hoping for when they signed him, and he has delivered.
13 and 8 in 15 minutes.
Just impressive. Just you love to see that kind of activity. The Phi have to respond. Down 17 halfway through the second. Who's going to step up for them?
Maybe Pero Hunt.
Thompson.
Yeah,
activity.
And Sutherland is really getting busy now.
Cash that one.
Nah, a long time to look at that.
Yeah, he's not missing that. Came into the competition fifth and made three-pointers per game at 3. And he is going to knock that one down all day long with that kind of time.
8 points for him. Starting to get ugly. Margin at 20. Don't forget, the Phi beat the Hawks by 21. Back in round 1, Holland just bodied off it by Jordan Nartai. Not too much in that, but he knows there was contact.
He knows there was contact, disappointed himself, especially after fouling out a week ago. Picks up his second personal foul in this one, and foul trouble is certainly something that could tamper the Hawks' activity this evening.
And it's probably the one thing that has blighted Jordan Nartai at times as well, just the propensity to get into foul trouble as he takes a seat.
Yeah, I think he plays with a lot of physicality. I think in some places, he can get away with that level of different kind of leagues, but it's always about the hands. If you're using those hands, if you're getting those hands in, it's an easy whistle to blow. And, well, not a lot going right for the Phi, but we're seeing a good start to the game from DeMarcus Holland, as he's now up to 9 points, of which 5 of those are from the free throw line, but nice to see him getting active and getting some buckets.
Yeah, busy from the Chemist Warehouse tonight. Carr somehow got a hand on it. There's Holland sliding through the midcourt. Ball comes up with it. Roberts tries to bobble it back to Jackson Ball. It all looked a little bit ugly in the end. Jackson pulls up for 3. Rebound. Well done, Holland. Don't tell me he's going to get called for the foul there, is he?
That's going to be his 3rd personal.
Gee, unlucky. Contesting the ball. Need to have a look at that one again, but gee, just Wrong place, wrong time, eyes for the ball, and he has to take a seat.
Well, he goes up and he attacks Kobe Kara. He attacks the ball. You see the cross-court pass, it goes up, and then on the carom, it's going to be High.
Oh.
A bit of contact there, but Kobe Kara sells it well.
Surely that's two players just going for the rebound, surely. Well, to add salt to the wound, it's also put Kobe Kara to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 2.
Shooting free throws the rest of the way. He lets the first one off the hook, but see if the second one at the stripe can't heal what ails you.
Kara part of a very impressive Taylor Hawks Sky Broadband Rapid League team right now. They are on fire. 5 straight wins, another win for them tonight, taking down the Whai by 5. Carter, Perro Hunt, nice play.
I like that pace. I like the definitiveness. The Whai needs some more penetration to the cup.
Rasmussen up and under. Roberts kept it alive to Moore. Back inside, Rasmussen for 2. Just puts his hand up and says thank you.
How about that hustle by Moore? Just outworks Vance Jackson to the ball, who was starting to break instead of getting the ball first. And Isaiah Moore says, thank you very much. I'll take the assist as well.
Well, they put 104 on the Saints last week, lost that by 7. Racking up the points again, the Hawks. Carr shut down. Jackson, clumsy to the corner. Perro Hunt for 3. Rasmussen, surely a push there. It is. Jet Thompson into the books. Is he arguing that?
For some reason, he's confused.
Come on, Jet.
Oof. Well, I'll tell you what, this Tauranga squad, when they are stuck in a rut, they are stuck in a rut.
Well, that was a foul. DeMarcus Holland before,
oh, yeah,
very unlucky.
I'm not even talking about this
foul.
one. That's just a laugh. You can't get 2 hands in the back and put the guy in front of you going forward. But, you know, this Whai squad with under 3 minutes to play here, stuck on 25 points right now. This is a team that's had 55 in a game, had 25 points, you know, and we're seeing them come off a weekend where that offense was flowing to a much better degree, but it has regressed here in this first half, dealing with the full court pace of the Hawks.
Margins at 21 as Keanu Rasmussen converts. What a pickup he's been. Flew under the radar for mine. Qualifies as a Kiwi. Father is a New Zealander, of course, as Jackson pulls up and drains 2. And hats off to Jared Kenny, GM Jared Kenny, who swooped on Keanu Rasmussen. Quality pickup. Speaking of quality pickups, Isaiah Moore in and out. He'll head back to the line. They're dominating from the Chemist Warehouse tonight.
Well, they love the points in the paint. The Hawks, they can shoot the ball from 3, doing a decent job of it right now, 4 for 12 at 33%, but really attacking that rim, 12 for 20 from inside the line, but 24 points in the paint up to this point. Over half of their buckets are just right around there. A lot of that has to do with Josh Roberts, but a lot of it has to do with the passing and penetrating ability of Isaiah Moore. When I say penetrating, I don't just mean when he's driving, but with that pass as well, bending this Whai defense time and time again to the betterment of his own game and his teammates.
22-15 lead on the boards for the Hawks, shooting at 50% tonight. The Whai at 34%.
Interesting couple of minutes here with Isaiah Moore going to the bench. I don't mind the move by Coach Sam Gruggen with Donatai and Moore on the bench. It's not very often that you're going to see 2 of those starters together over there, but they're up 20. There's 2 minutes left. Can Tauranga make some inroads now? Can they find a way to bend this defense of the Hawks to their will and get something going on this end?
Josh Roberts, star of the show tonight, 13 points, 8 rebounds in the first half.
Wide open, let that one fly.
And he does to Tui Lewis. Nailed 4 triples in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight, misses that one. Ball. Rasmussen to Murphy. Some of the young guns on the floor right now for the Hawks. They've had a good season thus far. Jacob Murphy.
And solid drive. Couldn't execute on the finish.
Jackson with that jab step. Boucher into the action as well. Thompson now on the drive, doesn't get the roll on the putback is good. Jaden Boucher, if you're just joining us, quite an audacious one-hand shot on the buzzer at the end of the Rapid League game. Drained a long triple.
We could use some more of that here. Oh my, Tui Lewis just pushes down Carl. I gotta say, didn't know that Tui Lewis has been in the weight room like that. He tossed him off like Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing bench in the 70s.
I like his aggression to Tui Lewis. We've seen him really grow as a player over the last couple of years, and he doesn't take a backward step, does he?
Well, he's so twitchy. He's just always active, gets his nose in there, has a quick scoring ability, and he certainly isn't afraid of a bit of contact.
Tall Blacks will assemble straight after the Sal's NBL season. In fact, I should say during the regular season before the finals. Of course, they've got Olympic qualifiers. If they can get through that, they're headed to Paris. I want to ask you a couple of questions on the Tall Blacks.
Slovenia and Croatia there. It's going to be it's a tough road, but you got to go over with confidence.
Well, have a think about who you think might make that team. Hold that. We'll have a chat about that at halftime.
Hold on, I've done no prep on this one.
I'm giving you some time.
Easy on, mate. You can send me a note before I start talking about Tall Black qualification. 47 seconds is not time enough to form a team there.
Get Pero Cameron on the phone quickly. Have a chat with him. No. Pero hunt through traffic.
PC's still a little bit upset at me from that interview I did with his sons a couple of weeks ago.
Well, you threw him under the bus, Casey. Let's be fair.
I didn't answer the question. It wasn't me with that answer. I enjoyed that interview. It was a lot of fun.
What, who's tougher, your mum or your dad?
Yeah. Well, it's just a question.
Yeah, fair to say the two boys, Tobias and Flynn, answered that as only the one way you can answer it. Hunt comes up short. Gee, nothing's gone right, has it?
Tough day. Tough day for the Phi. Trying to top that 30-point margin right now. Shooting just 35% from the field and 16% from the three-point line. Just unable to finish the execution at the end of these plays.
Both teams have their player timeout for this opening half. Should they need it? Rasmussen, 11 points in the game for him. And adds another 2. He makes it look so easy at times.
And just really shifty. Creates a lot of space as Jackson lets it fly. And he's going to let the Hawks have another great look at a shot here.
Murphy on the run. Rasmussen now, Jackson in front of him, takes contact. His ability just to change direction mid-air, you see it again.
Oh, they got to get the ball up to call the timeout. Did they do it in time? I don't know. Well, it looks like they did. 2.4 left, player timeout to the Phi.
Dominant first half for the Taylor Hawks tonight. A 30-14 run in this second quarter has blown this game open. Keanu Rasmussen up to 15 now. Set at 1.5. Late chance here for the Phi. Coach Matt Lacey with some work to do at halftime. Thompson in. Pero Hunt, does he get it off in time? I think he has it.
Oh, no, they said no.
Waved away.
The buzzer a little bit after the actual clock drops, so an unfortunate end to an unfortunate 20 minutes as the Hawks Bay Hawks have dominated offensively from about 8 minutes left in the second quarter on.
Join us after the break, Chemist Warehouse stats, and we'll name the Tall Blacks for 2024.
Speak for yourself, man.
Back after the break.
We get down, so shoot off, we'll spread those out a little more. Same thing again, team, round and round we go. Until the man stops the music here, the green arena tonight. Thanks so much for spending sports. Winning us the $50 prize. There's a stop on the man in the back winning is out of the game. Thanks for playing. What's your name, bro? Welcome. And your name? Come step up to the line for this. You're going to be up first. If you sink a free throw, the prize is yours. $50 is yours. You miss this one, it goes to your man behind you. He gets a chance to redeem himself, actually. If he sends it straight after you, we'll go back around. First shot's no good, so he's going to go play number 2. You sink this one, $50 is yours. Not happening, we're going to go back around, nothing. Pressure's on. For $50. At the front of the room. Second chance. Home. This will be the one. It's going down. No such luck. It's got to be this time.
This one tonight, the Hawks leading the Whai 54-30, 24-point margin. Quite outstanding in the second quarter. A 30-14 run. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. And it's dominated down the left. Casey Frank.
Well, love the activity as Rasmussen, but a lot of this activity was created by Josh Roberts, what he's doing on the glass, the 2 double-figure scores in the game, ably supported by the rest of the starting lineup. Marcus Holland's been the most active of the Whai, as they have failed to fire from deep as we go towards the rebounds, dominated by Josh Roberts. The double-double at halftime, absolutely dominant performance early. Phil Carr with 7 rebounds, making up for a lack of punch, scoring the basketball. On to the assists, where we've seen a lot of one-on-one basketball for the Whai, hence the low number of assists, just 4 there. Isaiah Moore has had some beauties, and Lucas Sullivan, Jordan Natai, both very unselfish, moving that ball around. Just the 1 block in the game, Jordan Natai getting a hand in there and finishing with a few steals, of which there haven't been a ton. Just 3 turnovers for Hawke's Bay and just 6 for the Whai in this game. So not a lot of change of possession from the offense to the defense.
28 points in the paint tonight for the Hawks thus far. The Whai with 16 points from turnovers. The Hawks 11. The Whai 2. All of the stats with thanks to our official stats partner in the Salons NBL, Chemist Warehouse at the half. The Hawks lead by 24.
You guys are on the head start. You're going to be going along in style with some passes to the corporate hospitality and a great night out courtesy of the Hawke's Bay, NZNBL and the Taylor Hawks. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Kia ora, welcome back. Second half, not too far away from starting. Round 6 is underway in the NZNBL. All the Hawks tonight flying through the first half. They lead by 24 over the Whai. Earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, the Hawks got home by 5 before stepping out in this one and taking care of business. First half highlights with thanks to GJ Gardner-Holmes and Casey Frank, that man right there, Josh Roberts, has his fingerprints all over this one so far tonight.
Playing very well. His activity on the glass has inspired the possession game for the Hawks, and the offense started taking care of it from there. They picked up the pace offensively after a slow start early to the game and really started executing with some precision and speed. Isaiah Moore passing the ball around. You see the extra passes, taking advantage of a slow-footed rotation from the Whai. On the other side, a couple of flurries by the Whai to try and keep it close from deep, some attacks on the rim, a lot of work done at the line, but in the end, it was just too much Hawks in that first half. Undeterred on their drives to the basket, doing a nice job of screening, creating oppositions. The transition game has been stellar for them. The transition breaks and the semi-transition breaks, the sort of secondary transitions, they are taking a lot of advantage, finding a lot of pace when they're able to get that ball going from defense to offense.
Well, this is the way the NZNBL ladder looks coming into round 6. Saints up on top, Bulls right there with them. Tuatara, Airs, Rams, Nuggets. Tricky question for you. Does that top 6 change?
I think it might. I do look at Hawks and the Giants as teams that I think are playing well enough to knock teams out that are above them on the ladder and pull them back out of the 6. I think there are still some upsets to come. I look at those bottom 3 teams in the ladder, and I think that's probably pretty much set there. It's going to be a lot of work for those clubs to find a way to dig themselves out of the hole. But I don't know. Not everybody's playing great basketball right now in the top 6. Some teams are playing good basketball, and you never know what's going to happen on top of that, aside from injuries and everything else. So I would expect a little bit of movement moving forward.
There's the percentages tonight. All of our viewers and fans, that's who you're voting for. Sal's Pizzas are up for grabs. There's the QR code. Just scan on that. It's free and fun. And it's fluctuated a little bit tonight, but not too much. It's certainly been with the Hawks throughout the journey, and I think that's the way it'll continue in the second half. If you want to join in, by all means, do so. We certainly both went for the Hawks tonight, and so far, so good.
I got some other questions in there as to who's going to score above his average. I went with Jordan Atai, who I believe came in averaging about 16 and a half a game. He's up to 8 right now, so I'm a little bit behind schedule on that one. But if you pick Josh Roberts, you're already there. That was the pick to make coming into this one. So somebody's already doing quite well in the race to a free Sal's Pizza with the Mix and Pick app.
Second half about to start. Wednesday night hoops here in Hawke's Bay. Every game, of course, live on Sky Sport throughout season 2024. Also, hello to all of our audience tonight on Sky Sport TikTok. Great to have you with us wherever you may be watching right around the world. Every Wednesday night, live on Sky Sport TikTok as well. Hawks, Rasmussen, Roberts, look out. What a start. Doesn't drop.
I like how they're getting him back involved, putting the ball back in his hands. Design play to get to that third side and get the ball with him moving to the basket.
Holland, everything opened up for DeMarcus Holland. He's been leading scorer tonight for the Whai, yeah.
Really active with the ball in hand. He's in a bit of foul trouble as Isaiah Moore actually misses a floater. And Phil Carr able to knock that one off the hands of Josh Roberts. A couple of things going right for the Hawks in this one early.
Well, if nothing else, the Whai should have stepped out with a real head of steam. I'm sure that they got to rev up at halftime.
I want to see how they're executing. A little bit of flex action here. I don't mind that. Just getting some movement. Something going positively for this squad.
Jackson Jr. on Moore. Size mismatch. Rasmussen tried to come across and help out. Margin at 20. Hawks yet to score in this third quarter. Opening baskets to the Whai. Jackson pushes that one up. Flat shot. Bazant has been well held. A little bit of early foul trouble. Jackson again in the post. Pero Hunt, smart, ends up with Holland. Add another 2 for him. Timeout.
Yeah, Grugan does not like this defensive effort right now. Marcus Holland just planting himself down there in the dunker spot. Over rotation, lack of communication from the Hawks, and what was over 20-point lead drops down to 18. The Whai with a couple of steps in the right direction, and that's all you can do when you're down big, is start moving the right way, start clawing things back to you 2 points at a time, 6 points at a time, just step by step until hopefully you're where you need to be.
Talking about the games coming up earlier, of course, Rams and Nuggets tomorrow night, Sharks and Giants Friday. 2 games on Saturday, Airs and Bulls, Tuatara and Hawks. Good game for the Hawks coming up Saturday night in Auckland. Sunday, Nuggets and the Giants. We're headed down for that one. Looking forward to a big crowd in Dunedin. Jets and the Saints is worth a bit of a look. That game on Sunday evening, more so because there's not a lot of love lost between those 2 teams. In fact, you think back to 2023 in the capital, they had a real dust-up, didn't they?
That was a very determined Jet squad. Denny Pippen changing the import spot from there.
Clashing with Darnay Samuel that night, of course.
There was a lot in it. There was a lot in it, and that Saint squad looks to be rolling now, but you never know when the Manawatu comes to town.
Ngatai for 3. A bit of a word during the week that Darnay Samuel may in fact soon be in a Saints singlet again. Imagine if he turned out just in time to play the Jets. Oh, get up, Phil Carr.
Oh, love that drive. Just a rip through and go, and suddenly, oh, that's a charge there too. Everything going right for the Whai. A lot of energy suddenly coming along. I like Jordan Ngatai trying to settle things as you see Phil Carr use the up fake, the rip through. No help side there as Roberts over closed out, which he has to do. Phil Carr's a shooter, but then that's compounded on the other end as Roberts gets it in transition and picks up his first personal foul of the game on the charge.
Well, this is exactly what they needed. They needed to come out with some real conviction in this 3rd quarter, humbled in the 2nd period tonight. And they've done that.
Very similar to the way this game started. The Whai finding some cracks in the armor, working that ball through, attacking. Can they keep it going though?
Carr, deep 2 from the corner. Tough shot over Roberts.
Well, he just was not getting going in the first half. Only had the 3 points total. But already with 5 here in the quarter, much more active. The lead down to 14, and I like how far they're extending this defense. They're not letting the Hawks do anything they can do.
Biggest lead of the night, 24. Back out to 17 off Rasmussen.
What a delivery there by Moore. Draws a double, sees all those bodies. Rasmussen's just parked up, waiting for the kick. Gets it, finishes it.
18 tonight for Keanu Rasmussen on the Chemist Warehouse stats. Here's Pero Hunt. Can he get going? Phil Carr has come out with some real energy off the glass, if you don't mind. Cruz Pero Hunt.
We'll see how much more often the Whai are penetrating the lane now. Not just with the dribble drive we saw from KPH there, but also with the pass. Doing a much better job of bending this Hawks Bay defense to their will.
He has 9 tonight. Pero Hunt. Rasmussen missed a little gimme.
Oh,
Gets after it though. Well done. Now a chance for the Hawks if Roberts can pick it up. Sutherland steps around Carr into the corner. Moore, Rasmussen, Ngatai. Who's going to shoot it? Jordan Ngatai. Well done, Hawks.
Well, I do appreciate the effort from the Whai there. They had that bad turnover, but they worked and hustled their way back in. Lots of rotations, but just a gamer of a shot from Ngatai.
Every Hawk getting his hands on the ball. Jackson checks his feet, drains the triple.
Well, suddenly we're seeing the offense go back and forth, and it's looking like a much more high-scoring affair for both squads. The Whai finding some rhythm, and the Hawks continuing to pressure the score clock.
Just 6 points in the game for Isaiah Moore. It's been handed over to others tonight, including Rasmussen and Ngatai. Here they are, stepping back. Jordan Ngatai. Bazant now. Oh, Carr Some indecision, goes it alone in the end, and turns it over with an offensive foul.
I thought he was inside the charge circle. Apparently he got out of it. Does a nice job of hustling out of there. Didn't mind that drive from Phil Carr, who picks up foul number 3. So that's unfortunate for him on the drive, getting the charge.
Holland has 3 as well, of course.
So the fouls starting to mount up. 3 on Jaden Bazant, 2. Cruz Pero-Hunt has 2 himself.
Roberts keeps it alive. Isaiah Moore, Ngatai doesn't need an invitation. Foul is the call against Cruz Pero-Hunt. Look at the reaction there from the 5 bench.
I mean, when you see a ball go up like that, quite often it looks like it's a little bit clean. Not a bad job of him closing out, making that first one. Actually a little surprised that Jordan Hunt didn't kick that one on, but keeps in his hands and gets the reward for it by going to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 3.
First one is a miss.
I'm sure I heard Cruz Pero-Hunt toss out a ball, don't lie there.
I think this is season number 11 or 12 for Jordan Ngatai. Young family. Prince of Pettigrew, of course. Much love through that region here in New Zealand, bottom of the North Island. Makes a couple from the Chemist Warehouse. That margin back at 17. Was Ngatai a 4-time champ? I think 3 with the Saints. Jackson Jr. going it alone momentarily. Here's Bazant around Isaiah Moore. Doesn't get the roll.
Good job moving that ball around from different angles, but can't get the bucket.
Moore, Roberts. He does get the drop.
Morris has got excellent awareness of where his teammates are. Didn't really have an angle for that, but just knew where his big fella was going to be trailing him.
15 for Roberts. Bazant runs into his teammate. Nice shoulder to the mush. Pulls up for the 2.
Just likes the physicality. You know, you want to come off that screen tight. Maybe not that tight, but tight is good.
Ngatai. And he's called for the offensive foul there. He knew it straight away, Jordan Ngatai. Just stepped into Bazant.
Well, he just extended the arm, you know, and the advantage had already been created. You know, sometimes players get caught up and you have to hit somebody to set a screen. But the whole point of screen is just to create an advantage for the offense. If that defender is trailed or gone under or hasn't hit you, you've already done your job. Get on a move. It's that extracurricular activity which will get pinged so often.
Hunt. Denham-Brook into the action now. Dribbles into trouble. Hands it off to Bazant. Back to Denham-Brook. Hands everywhere from the Hawks. Denham-Brook did well to keep it alive, but he may convert from the corner. He doesn't.
A lot of activity there for the decent look, but once again it goes wanting.
Rasmussen for 3. Another triple for Keanu Rasmussen.
7th three-pointer of the game. 7 for 17 now, compared to just 3 for 15 for the 5.
Holland.
5-on-4 break here. Got to push this activity. We'll find something in semi-transition. There it is.
Sutherland by himself, left wing, another triple. And look out, the Hawks are back up and going. Timeout, Whai.
DeMarcus Holland wanted the whistle, and that one fell into the corner and took his time getting up and cost his team. They had worked so hard to claw their way back into the ball game. But then we see Jordan Ngatai, who's hitting these triples from behind, and the final one in that semi-transition get into the hands of Sutherland. Oh, this one before that, Rasmussen certainly finding a lot of activity. And then this is the one at 3rd 3, which suddenly the Phi, who had worked so hard to get back in the ball game, are down big again. 23 points, the deficit.
Jordan Ngatai just practicing his shooting there, of course, a product of Mana College. He's having a good night. Talking about the Tall Blacks through the first half and what they've got coming up later this year, mid-year. What about Keanu Rasmussen? Does he get a call up?
You know, I think he's certainly somebody who's put himself on the radar. Not sure how aware of him. The high performance program was prior to him coming over. Certainly he would have been on a long list somewhere, but he has come through and proven that he is on that upper echelon of Kiwi guards and his ability to do different things with the ball in hand. Got a good handle, good quickness, can obviously shoot the basketball. There's a ton of wings out there trying to make their hand, but he is one who I would not have had on my long list prior to this. I wasn't really aware of him, even being a Kiwi, coming out of Adelaide and playing in the NBL as a developmental player, but certainly somebody who's shot up the list recently.
Could be worth a look, doesn't he? Back underway. Whai with a great start to this third quarter, but the Hawks have steadied. Bazant, Roberts, good defense, unfortunate. Just wonder if it's on Kobe Carrot reaching in. No, it is on Josh Roberts.
That'll be his second. Drop down, not too much of an argument. But some guys don't argue.
Well, when you're up
Others argue more.
When you're up by 23, and he's had a 15 and 12 night so far, I think he's okay, just pushing off Bazant. Here's Roberts again, tapping it down to Rasmussen. Rasmussen pulls up, looking to add 2. Soft drop, wasn't it? He's got 23 now, Case.
He got such great depth to that penetration. Eventually, you just need to pull up because he got a great shot and gets the roll, showing off the soft touch to boot.
Pero Hunt on the turn, tough pass to Carr. Bodies up, Rasmussen giving away some size. Holland, corner to corner, stuff for the Whai, ends in a triple.
Well, nice vision there by Phil Carr. Good recognition, he had the guard on him, starts banging him down, the double comes, and he delivers right to where the weak point of the defense is to convert.
Holland, 16 for him tonight. Moore, there's that floater, and he's just a little bit off tonight, isn't he? Pero Hunt, a lot of steps to the basket.
Step for 3.
Wow.
That's okay, give him the benefit of the doubt. Down 20, keep it going.
Whiz. He almost took that from half court and ran all the way. Sutherland, looking on Denham-Brook. Got a little bump there, late whistle.
Oh, that late whistle kills you when you're trying to score the basketball. You realize, I'd have known that would have put it up. Just got to get it up on the rim, but.
Can I give a call out to Denham-Brook?
Sure.
He might be the fashion aficionado in the Sal's NBL.
Whoa, what is this based on?
Well, they wore the pink uniforms, of course, in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. He had the pink hair tie. They're in the white uniforms. He's got the white hair tie.
You got to coordinate.
Heads up stuff. Sutherland for 2 off the glass. Denham-Brook, the man we're talking about, with the foul.
He's got to coordinate. Got to get that coordination going.
He did that.
The hair tie to the uni.
There you go. Well, actually, it's not white. I'll take that back. A little bit of green in there. So that's a couple of marks off. That's an 8 out of 10.
Colorblind. Are we adding colorblind to the list, Justin?
Chemist Warehouse stripe. Luke Sutherland. Mixed bag for him tonight. Offense and defense. He's been in the bad books once or twice with coach Sam Gruggan, but he's doing his job again. Flying under the radar, scoring some points.
And playing out of position. I mean, he's out there essentially playing de facto center right now, or power forward, and matching up with players much bigger than him and fighting a good fight.
15 for him tonight. Roberts.
Well, Isaiah Moore has just done a nice job of letting the big fella eat. When he's running the lane, he's being rewarded. When he's coming off the on ball, he's getting it. And that's, I don't know what
9 dimes.
9 dimes. You gave me some sign language there.
Bazant kisses it off the glass.
Love that shot of his. That's one I'd like to see him go to a little bit more often. He's got that little fade away from the block that he can get the kiss. Need about 10 more of those to get into this 25-point deficit.
He has definitely moved to the role of facilitator tonight, Isaiah Moore. You're spot on. 9 assists for him. Bazant. They went to go it alone, then went late to Denham-Brook. It ends up with Tatui Lewis.
That was awesome. Tatui Lewis caught it in the paint, and we were sprinted out to the three-point line to pull up. He knows where his home is. Happy Gilmore would not have to yell at his ball to tell him what home to go to.
Give that crocodile the arm back. Are we talking the same movie?
Definitely.
Isaiah Moore, shot clock counting down, game clock to end this third quarter. Can't convert, and that'll do us.
Ooh.
So 3-quarter time, margin at 23. Hawks seemingly have this one wrapped up tonight. Been a good performance, still a quarter to go. Wednesday night hoops in the Sal's NBL. Welcome back to Hawke's Bay tonight, a quarter to play here. Opening up round 6, the Hawks looking good. Actually lost that quarter by 1, the Whai adding 24 after a 30-point opening half. But still they trail by 23. Justin Nelson with you. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on Sky Sport. Also live on Sky Sport TikTok tonight, ESPN through the States, and FIBA YouTube right around the world. Casey Frank, what have you made of this one with a quarter to play?
Well, we saw a bit more activity from the Whai. I like the way they were moving the basketball. Nice set to get the ball in the hands of Vance Jackson Jr., their leading scorer, to start things off. But overall, just the pace and speed with which the Hawks are executing has troubled the Whai, who prefer to play it a little bit slower. So they've just struggled to match the scoring output of this very prolific Hawks team.
DeMarcus Holland with that opening 3. He's got 19 in the game. Roberts battling for it again. Only averages 9 points a game, DeMarcus Holland. So on a tough night, a good one for him. Here he is again showing some aggression. Add another 2, DeMarcus Holland, 21.
I mean, really the best we've seen him play, not just because he's scoring, but he's been a bit more aggressive. He's active defensively, and certainly it's the pressure on the rim that he needs to get a little bit more of, as Cruz Pearl Hunt is caught with his hand in the cookie jar, but sees it the different way as he picks up foul number 4.
Back-to-back baskets to open up this last quarter for the Whai. A little bit similar to what they did in the third quarter. And they bring it back to 18. It's a long road back though. Isaiah Moore, how about the pass? How about the finish?
Man, just you need to get that guy a drink later on, I think. Josh Roberts, he is just being hooked up. These dimes, Isaiah Moore right on the money. The one-handed pass doesn't even really need to look. Delivers it just where he needs it. The quick hand strike again as he gets himself 2 points in transition. I think that's a goaltend. That goaltend is called. Isaiah Moore doing it everywhere. Offense, defense, feeding himself, feeding his teammates.
8 points, 10 assists tonight for Isaiah Moore. Josh Roberts is up to 19 points to go with his 12 rebounds on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. Those two players certainly having a night out. Keanu Rasmussen has 23. Lucas Sutherland has 15.
Much better offense for the Whai here in the second half. They've been able to find a bit of just a bit of rhythm. They've been attacking the rim more, but in more paint pressure. Nice cutting without the basketball demonstrated by Denenbrook there.
On the reverse, knows this court well, Denenbrook, having spent time with the Hawks. Sutherland shut down on the baseline drive. Goes high instead. Nearly got it back. In fact, he gave it to Roberts. Another flush for big Josh Roberts.
Pogo stick bouncing up. A good attack by Sutherland. Better finish by Josh Roberts.
Man, has he come out and done a job tonight. The Hawks, number 23.
Up to 21 points now, 12 rebounds, dominant down low, and look at the bounciness. Catch it here, flush it there. Straight up, straight down.
Well, Sutherland won't get the accolades for the Josh Roberts finish, but he did very well to keep that alive.
Yeah, absolutely created that opportunity. 15 points for Sutherland in support all starters in double figures. Sans Isaiah Moore still on 8, coming off that 35-point explosion a round ago. But you love to see that from a guard that gets his teammates involved. 10 assists now. He's a guy who obviously can score the basketball, but knows that he doesn't have to. Really like the way he's been able to vacillate between being a facilitator and being a scorer in his short time with the Hawks.
21 and 14 for Josh Roberts tonight. 6 offensive rebounds. That last board was his 8th defensive rebound. Sutherland just skipping his way through.
Just
changed direction 4 times then.
I'm not sure if that was great defense or just a lack of rotation. Either way, it looked pretty.
Again, baseline sneaking in, this time to Tui Lewis.
Cuts it back to 21, and we have a timeout to the Hawks. And Coach Sam Grugan, he's seen everyone when he sees something he doesn't like defensively.
Yep.
He is nipping it in the bud.
Straight away, doesn't he? Coach Grugan, right into it.
Yeah, right off the bat. He's calling that timeout, saying, okay, this is what I want to see a little bit less of on that movement outside. On offense end, we're going to work this, but has really tried to control the flow of this game anytime the Phi seem to be making some inroads.
Hawks, of course, with more work to do in round 6. They take on the Tuatara on Saturday night. You and I have got some work to do this weekend because we're going to go out and we're going to choose any large pizza for 25% off. We're travelling across round 6, and I've got a feeling there might be a visit or two to Sal's.
And there normally is 1 or 2 across my working week, so it would not surprise me at all if there's another one in there. What do you get? What's the choice on the 25% off pizza?
I am plain and simple plus pepperoni. So give me a pepperoni, and the Sal's pepperoni is
a good one.
Talk about rated E. It's elite.
E for elite. I like it. You know, I've got the one of those cheap guys, so I might just look for the most expensive pizza because then I'm getting the best discount.
Be warned, Sal's in Dunedin. Be warned.
There's that man, Josh Roberts.
What a night.
Well, you always like to see guys respond. You know, coming off.
Well, he was humbled last week.
Coming off a poor performance, you know, not where he wanted to be, but to come out and see the activity and show his wares. So show the fans, show the coaching staff, you know, show future employees what he's got in his bag, what he's capable of.
Back underway, plenty of time to go in this one. Sutherland on Brook. Rasmussen, good defense to Tui Lewis. Isaiah Moore has 8, has 10. There's his double-double to go with 10 dimes tonight. High off the glass, Isaiah Moore.
That crossover up high, he created so much space, just froze to Marcus Holland, and enabled himself to get that advantage to create that driving angle for the finish.
Here is Holland, nowhere to go, turns it over. Rasmussen with the steal, to Tui Lewis with the slap.
Yeah, probably a good foul, just the second one of the quarter, stops a fast break opportunity. Marcus Hollins heads to the bench.
I ran into Keanu Rasmussen, had a quick
chat. Is he okay?
No, he's all right. I came off second best. Had a quick chat with him last week in Wellington, and just a great young guy. Just a really, really pleasant young guy. Stopped for a chat, loving it here in New Zealand, loving it here in the Sal's NBL.
And why not? He's got some offensive freedom. Getting up 20 points per game.
Add another.
Making plays like that. Sometimes gets a better finish. His car just kind of outlets it to himself there.
It's a Tui Lewis young man.
Not just threes. driving to the rim as well. Nice explosive drive there. Cutting the lead to 21 with under 6 to go.
He's really stepped up and taken his opportunity with the fight. Sutherland pulls up just inside the Chemist Warehouse. Look out, another offensive rebound, Josh Roberts. That's number 7 for him. Sutherland forces it up over Denham Brook, and a foul at the end of it.
Oh my, it's gonna stay here. Josh Roberts doing the yeoman's work underneath, putting his face on the line there, takes the slap, keeps possession. I'd say that's a fair trade.
Well, he's on target for a 2020 game, Josh Roberts.
Ooh, that's a lot of rebounds in the last few minutes.
Well, it's going to jump up to 15 in a moment. So,
rebound a minute, you're putting in work, but he's not far off.
got a better chance of getting a rebound in a minute than what I have in a game of basketball. So, here's Isaiah Moore, backs it out. Now goes it alone. There's the floater.
The floater returns, and he hits double figures. Oh, sorry, that's his 12th point of the ball game, actually, so he's already there after that fast break layup. Double-double for him with 12 and 10.
Pro Hunt. Ball movement, terrific. They deserve a basket here. Lewis can't hit. Roberts, there's one of the 5. Moore passed it to the Corporates, sitting courtside here tonight.
Well, when you've got a guard penetrating the middle of the floor, the only place you can't really see is the top of the court. So when you're spacing, you probably don't want to space behind him unless you're trailing with him. And he's got that little drop off. His angles from vision are to the wing, to the corner, to those short corners. So when Sutherland went that outway, just confused Moore a little bit on where he thought his wing was going to be setting up.
You know, I like asking you questions with zero notice.
You're great.
I do it all the time.
There you go.
Best crowd so far this season in the Cells NBL. There's a little bit of banter going on between teams up and down the country at the moment, and the crowds have been great. They're up again in season 2024. Lots of sellouts, of course. Jackson Jr.'s found. He'll go to the Chemist Warehouse. I'm going to put it on you.
Haven't been everywhere yet.
No, you've seen a lot. You watch every game.
You know, there's I mean, Wellington always gets up there. They turn out, they show out. I did appreciate the Nackies' one run at a home game this year.
Very good.
They turned out very well. I'm really excited to see how they welcome their team back this weekend.
Last couple of home games.
It's been good to see some great turnouts on the shore. They've certainly been beating the bushes around there to drum up the local support, and with the squad they have, I don't see why that run of attendance shouldn't continue.
It does sound like we're both sitting on the fence at the moment.
Yeah, of course. I got to go places. I got to see these people.
Isaiah Moore. Is there a foul there? Doesn't matter. Puts down another 2. Timeout, Whai. Coach Matt Lacey wants to have a chat. 4:27 to play. Big result coming up for the Hawks tonight. They were impressive last week against the Saints without getting the win. And they've come out and done a job this evening, haven't they?
Well, they've just been clinical offensively. After a reasonably slow start, those first 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game, or 5 minutes or so of the game, they just weren't really getting it going. But since then, they have just pumped things on the offensive end. I love the way they're moving the basketball around.
I know we talk about Sal's Pizzas all the time. I'm not sure we get a close-up here during the timeout. See these little green boxes on the tables?
There you go.
Taylor, there's a couple of apples. Yeah, there's a couple of apples in those boxes. They hand them out, as you would, naming rights partner here at the Hawks. I've got to tell you, every time I open one of those green boxes, those apples are sensational.
That's where it's at?
Sensational.
You're a fan?
I'm a big fan of it. There you go. There's the Taylor apples. New Zealand, of course. Growing apples.
You know, one of the things that really blew me away when I first came to New Zealand over 2 decades ago, but was just the quality of the produce and the food. Yes. You know, where I grew up, things didn't taste like that very often. The freshness, the fruit, the apples, the crispness.
Yes.
Big fan. Definitely a big fan.
Costs a bit more money these days, by the way.
It ain't getting cheaper. I still got mouths to feed, Justin.
91-68. Just over 4 to play tonight. Hope you're enjoying it. All the action right here on Sky Sport. Gotta love Wednesday night hoops, live sport. Sitting back on the couch, nothing better. Jackson Jr., there's another rebound. Mark it down, number 17 for Josh Roberts.
The 2020 watch is on. Is he going to have the first 2020 game of the season?
Put it down.
Oh, goggles. Give him the goggles. Isaiah Moore is hooking Josh Roberts up, and he is saying, feed me more. I want it all. 23 points to go along with 17 boards.
Dime number 11 for Isaiah Moore as well. What a setup between the two American imports. Rasmussen turns it over, dribbles off his front leg. Look at this, GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Isaiah Moore's just going, here we go, put it down, and he does.
Yeah, he catches Phil Carr in no man's land there. He's not helping on the drive. He's not dropped far enough in the spot to impede Roberts' roll to the rim. That is the outcome. A highlight for your living room there.
He's had a few tonight, hasn't he? Bazant, indecision. Phil Carr, more indecision. Whai not moving, just stagnant. Bazant has to fire from deep. Roe Hunt. Second opportunity now. Jackson inside, spinning to the basket. Good work.
Took his time. Really one of the few post attacks we've seen from Toronga tonight. And it has a nice effect there as Vance Jackson Jr. is chasing his season average over 18, up to 16 now.
They've won the second half. Oh, I was going to say everything's gone well for Josh Roberts tonight. That would have been some sort of effort. They've actually won the second half by 1, the Whai.
Well, little victories.
54-30 it was at halftime.
That's don't know if they're going to be hanging that one up on the mantle.
No, you're right. 24, still 24.
But it's better than the opposite.
Just hope the Hawks keep Josh Roberts out there. I can smell a 2020. Rasmussen just bending his body over the top of Holland for 2.
Just really shifty. He does a nice job of changing those speeds and finding that physicality. He's really nice at getting his body into those defenders and knocking them off balance to get himself to the cup in those buckets.
Average is 23, or had 23 coming into the game on average, 25 now. You might just about put it down to 27. Big night tonight for Keanu Rasmussen.
Tough foul there on Holland. He was in tough position, tries to swipe at it. Probably better off just letting that one go. It was always going to be difficult to get anything but a whistle. Keanu Rasmussen says, count that! Off to the Chemist Warehouse for 1. See if I can't add to my 7-point total.
Yeah, he doesn't. 27 for him at the moment.
He can just score punches and bunches, can he?
3 steals as well tonight. Rebound number 18 for Josh Roberts.
We're creeping up there.
He's right on target to deliver those final 5 in 5 minutes. He's just got to stay on the floor. 23 points, 18 rebounds. And now Lavery involved, but there's a whistle there. It's going to go the way of the Whai. Too long in the key.
Yeah, I think that was 3 seconds.
A little bit of a handshake there. Acknowledgement.
He's pulling out the Ann Edwards game.
I'll tell you who's gone off the floor as well.
Your Josh Roberts 2020 pick?
Yeah, it's gone.
You had a chance.
It's done.
It was a possibility.
He ends with a very, very big return. 18 rebounds to go with his 23 points, including 7 offensive rebounds as well for Josh Roberts. That is some sort of a game. 10 of 13 shooting, 76% clip tonight.
So you're saying he's your MVP?
Oh, he's my MVP tonight, amongst some stellar performances.
I think what I'm most impressed by for the Hawks tonight, just 8 turnovers, despite the pace with which they play, despite the degree of difficulty of some of the passes they're trying to pass off. As we see a foul there on the drive.
And finishing strong as well, Casey. It's a game-high 27 margin right now for the Hawks. So they've cleared the bench, though. the young players have come in for the Hawks. They had a win earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, 32-27. 5th straight win for them. So there's a bit of confidence around this Hawks program right now.
And there should be. I mean, they've turned things around in a very short amount of time, and all it took was, to pull together their entire team. And they've done a nice job of building this roster out. I mean, a huge changeover from a year ago.
It's massive.
All but one starter not on the lineup this year. Depending on how you're counting Jared Kenny, because he still has a possibility. He's into the training squads currently. He's still an emergency player, but really next to no continuity. Let's go with that one.
And a coach turnover as well. When you consider they made the final 6, they're really unlucky not to be in a semi-final. Of course, losing in controversy to the Rams. So, this is a team that ended up doing pretty well last season ahead of all those turnovers. Late points here for the Phi.
Well, they're still attacking.
So too, young Jackson Ball spinning and finishing off the glass. This man's got to front up to school at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Well, he's got just a great frame for a 16-year-old. The body doesn't look like it's still in his teenage years. And let's see him can stay with that aggressiveness.
Phi, Phil Carr. 40 seconds to play. Tatui Lewis wraps it around, gets his own boards. It's a battle on the boards and on the floor, and the Hawks come up with it.
Well, they're going to continue to put that pressure on. These buckets are going up. Every bucket counts, especially for a team fighting its way in. The roll for Kobe Carr as we dip triple digits up to 101 now.
You've got a feel for Jackson Ball. Didn't mobile phones get banned from schools during the week? Can't even go to school tomorrow and show his mates the replays.
No wonder he's locked in. He's got a lot more time on his hands to concentrate on the playbook.
Late foul in this one against Tatui Lewis. Impressive win tonight for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. And they will move to 3-3 on the season. And through the preseason, a lot of team, courtesy of those changes, Casey, had written the Hawke's Bay Hawks off. But, gee, they've had a very impressive start to the season.
And me included. There's unfortunately, looking at it now, we're my pick for the wooden spoon, just based on the turnover, based on the youth. But was unaware of the quality of the imports they brought in, and that has certainly lifted the level of this team. And nice to see them still challenging, out there working hard as they go to chase their postseason dream.
Lavery turnover, 5. Late points, no. And with that, the Hawks may just grab a player timeout here and advance the ball and try and put some more pain on the Phi.
And there it is. Heard the whistle blown there, so that is going to be a player timeout. Going to try and pump this to a 30-point lead.
Well, these young guys, we've seen them on the player timeout in Rapid League run out with a set play that usually ends up with a Jackson Ball 3-point attempt on the opposite side to the inbound. So let's see what they do here. They've done it a few times this season.
Well, this same play was Kobe Carr coming back to the 3-point line earlier.
Well, it will end up with Ball on the inbound, and he drains it. Slight tweak on what they've been running in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, but same result. 105-74, game high. 31-point margin on the buzzer. What a way to finish.
Well, you love the highlights. The fans down in the Bay love to see it. The young fella representing Napier very well. And nice to see that finish for the Hawks. A tough night at the office for the Phi.
Looked a bit tired, didn't they?
This is about the level they are offensively. They're 74 points. They probably could score a bit more, but it was always going to be a struggle to keep pace with this Hawke's Bay team, and more so when you look at the numbers there. Rasmussen, Roberts both at 20, leading score 27, but all scorers over 10 points per game. Holland leading the way for the Phi. Look at those 18 rebounds for Josh Roberts, putting in the work on a rebound. As a squad, they pulled down 41 rebounds in total to just 32. Looking at the assists, Isaiah Moore, of course, feeding everybody who comes to the table.
Just changed his game up a little bit tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a talented player. He's taking what's been given to him. Phil Carr was nice with 5 assists there. Just the 1 block in the game, not a lot of rim protectors. 4 steals for Rasmussen. Very active in the passing lanes as he got through. And those are your Chemist Warehouse stats for the day. Overall, just a dominant performance after those first 5 minutes from the Hawks, shooting 58% from the field and 40% from behind the arc. And for the Phi, just not enough efficiency. Eventually got it a little bit going inside the arc, 55%, but just 23% from deep.
Some of the second half highlights were thanks to GJ Gardner-Holmes, Jordan Nartai. Another solid game from him tonight. The only surviving member of the core 8 of the Hawks in 2023, Keanu Rasmussen. What a young talent he is. We spoke about maybe his chances of being a sneaky look for the Tall Blacks in their Olympic qualifying campaign coming up. Sutherland was involved in enough again, flying under the radar. What about Josh Roberts? What a game from the big fella tonight.
Well, I mentioned it during the game, but I love to see players respond to poor performances. You know, I remember what it was like to be an import. I remember having a game that wasn't so good and a coach coming to you in between and basically, and they say in no uncertain terms quite often that, hey, if you're not better, you'll be on that next flight out. Well, you've got one more chance. Not saying that's what happened here, but it is a type of pressure that goes on these guys, and certainly to see him bounce back and perform to the level he's capable of, it's got to be a big confidence boost, not just for him, but for the team.
Jackson Ball with the big triple right at the end. So the Hawks get the win. Impressive start to round 6. 105-74, home by 31. Looking ahead tomorrow, more Sal's NBL action coming your way. Nick Bewley, Maya Williamson with all of the action. Sky Broadband Rapid League from 6:30, Sal's NBL from 7:30. Thursday night hoops, it'll be the Rams and the Nuggets. On behalf of the team here in Hawke's Bay, though, tonight, it's all about the home team. The Hawks get the win, 105-74.